It's time for the WEOL.com and Chronicle Telegram YouTube channel Game of the Week. Tonight, the Olmsted Falls Bulldogs take on the Avon Lake Shoremen. It's brought to you by Nick Abraham Elyria Ford at the corner of Route 57 and East Broad Street. Eco Tree Services, your complete tree care company. Cobos Insurance Center, your Ohio Mutual Insurance Group agent. And by Stewart's TV and Appliance, 468 Cleveland Street in Elyria.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to an absolutely beautiful first week of October, Friday night. It is week 7 of the high school football season, and tonight we have the Chronicle Telegram YouTube spotlight on the Southwestern Conference. And two of the old guard at the Southwestern Conference, the Olmsted Falls Bulldogs and the Avon Lake Shoremen. And I say old guard. You go back to some old coaches. One of which is sitting directly across from us. Him and his rival in the Olmsted Falls Gold and Blue. This is a game, Tom Evans, that when you look at it historically in years past, and if you go back 20 years even, you got Coach Ryan, you got Coach DeLugas, and
both coaches that coach state championship teams.
Both state champion coaches,
yep.
And you've got Coach Kostelnik now, and you've got the program at Olmsted Falls with Coach DeLuca, and both teams, both programs still maybe not as strong as ever, but certainly in the conversation. That's for certain.
Yeah, these are founding members of the Southwest Conference, so this rivalry is one of the longest-standing rivalries in the Southwest, and they've had some knockdown dragouts. And you go back to those Jimmy Ryan and Dave DeLugas days, and those games were bloodbaths. Those games were decided in the trenches, and there was a reason that God gave them shoulder pads, because they used them back then, and they just really got after each other.
One of the fun things you mentioned about bloodbaths, I was on the field, and this is my first trip to Olmsted Falls this season and even last season, so it's my first visual of the beautiful turf field that they have here now, the beautiful track, the scoreboard, everything. And I was talking to one of the coaches on the field about it at Olmsted Falls, a guy who's been around for those years ago games, and he was saying it's a little different. Week 10 years ago, Olmsted Falls, North Olmsted, it was just a field of mud.
Right.
And
there's no grass on it.
No. And you can think of any community 20 years ago when everything was grass, and by week 10, like at Midview, where I grew up in Grafton, it was Midview Ridgeville. Week 10, nothing but dirt, nothing but mud. For Coach DeLugas in Avon Lake, week 10 was Amherst and nothing but mud, So times have changed, but the football is still really, really good. Tom, you and I got an opportunity last week to do the Olmsted Falls Amherst game at Amherst. And speaking of new fields, it was only their second game on that field. And they came away with a 20-16 victory. They played well. They fought hard. But bottom line, if you look at what Olmsted Falls didn't do in that football game, they did everything but score. They had nearly 400 yards rushing. Their talented running back, Owen Singleton, had nearly 200 all by himself. But every time, Tom, they got inside the 20, what happened?
Penalties and turnovers.
Yeah.
It's just very uncharacteristic of Olmsted Falls. And I probably mentioned that ad nauseum last week. This is a team that does not make mistakes. They run this offense on purpose. It's an execution-based offense, and they made more mistakes last week than I've seen them make over probably the last 3 or 4 years, quite honestly.
So as a coach of a team that had a week like they did last Friday night, how hungry are they to actually play again tonight based on how it ended last Friday night?
They'd have played this game on Saturday morning at 7 o'clock if you'd have asked them to, because they want to get that taste out of their mouth. That's one of those things that just really – and you can't perseverate. I mean, they watched the film. They put it behind them. They needed to get on with Avon Lake right away because the importance of this game, and we'll talk about that coming up. But they just – you got to get that behind you, and the only way to do that is get back out on the field and start knocking some heads.
Now, I asked Coach DeLuca tonight, I said, was that atypical of your football team? And he goes, you mean this season? And I said, yeah. He goes, yes, but he said the week before, in week 5, he said we had too many penalties as well. That was the game against Avon. They've come into this game tonight 0-2 in the Southwestern Conference, which is like strange situation for Olmsted Falls. They opened with actually 1-2. I forgot about Elyria. So he's had back-to-back weeks where he hasn't been comfortable with how his team has played clean football.
Well, I even talked to offensive coordinator Carlos Rivera. He played for Sudbury. They averaged over 6 yards a carry against Avon. He said we got inside the 20 and we couldn't get things done. They got down by 14. Couldn't come back from that. That's too good of an Avon football team to come back from that many points, and it just steamrolled on them from there. Yeah, it's been the last couple weeks. So, and there's no way of knowing if you got that out of your system, because penalties are something that you don't, you don't know where they come from or how they come from. They're doing things the way they've always done things here at Olmsted Falls, and that's a physical up front and just kind of get after you.
Well, tonight it's homecoming at Olmsted Falls High School, and I arrived on Bagley Road about 5 o'clock.
Good thing.
It was back.
It's a parking lot.
At 5 o'clock, it was already a parking lot, all the way back to like swings and things. It was all the way back to that intersection, Stearns and Bagley, at 5 o'clock. I can only imagine what it is like right now. We're about 14 minutes from kickoff. They're going to march the band on the field. They'll announce the court. They'll announce the king and the queen. Tom and I are going to get you ready. Let's talk about Avon Lake for a second. In preparing for this week and talking to head coach Matt Kostelnik, and I talked to him about his defense against this, this run-heavy offense for Olmsted Falls. And Tom, I want to get your take on this. He said we are playing, and I like it, aggressive and fast right now. He said the big question for me tonight, and will determine whether we win or lose the game, he thinks defensively, is if we're able to tackle in one-on-one situations in open field. He says it's been our Achilles heel against this team. They haven't won this game in 4 years. Olmsted Falls has beaten Avon Lake 4 straight years. He said we get in position, because, we've played this run option before. He says we're in position to make tackles. We're just not making them. He said tonight we need to make those open field one-on-one tackles.
And these are polar opposites defensively, what their philosophies are. Avon Lake is just aggressive. The term I use about Avon Lake is it always feels like they're playing with 14 or 15 guys on the field because of the way they fly around, whereas Olmsted Falls is kind of a read and react defense. If you're very aggressive against this option defense, you can make some holes for them, and that can be problematic for Avon Lake.
The Shoremen come into this football game 3 wins, 3 losses. Tom, they started the season 0-3. They've won 3 in a row. And let's talk about that non-conference schedule for Avon Lake, because it is a formidable one. They opened with Strongsville. They went to Strongsville to take on the Mustangs. They lost 43-42.
A 5-1 Strongsville team right now.
A 5-1 team. Yeah. They went to Lake Catholic out in Mentor, lost by a touchdown, 21-14. Lake Catholic's 4-2. And then they wrapped up the non-conference schedule against Highland in Avon Lake at Memorial Stadium. And I will tell anybody that will listen to me, because I called the regional championship game last year between Avon and Madonna Highland, Coach Gibbons' team out there at Highland, the Hornets. And Avon won that game, but if Highland wins that game, Tom, I think Highland's the Division II state champions.
I agree with you wholeheartedly.
They were that good.
That was a tremendous regional final game that we had.
And Highland knocked off Avon Lake 34-7. They're 6-0. But in that game, Avon Lake played that game very much like Olmsted Falls played Amherst last week. They were able to move the ball up and down the field. They get inside the 20 and they turn it over. And they just didn't score. So they come into this football game tonight, Tom, with 3 straight wins. What's it take as a coach to get your team still believing after opening the year 0-3 and not just losing them at that point?
Well, I think a big key part to this, and I mentioned this back then, I think the quarterback, it's a sophomore, this is Dawson Tenbrink. He's a gunslinger, and he doesn't have a conscience, so I don't think that his confidence never wavered. And I think if you lose your quarterback after 3 weeks, it makes it tough to get the whole team back because he's so important in this offense. But there's no question that they never lost Dawson, that he was just going to get better every week as it went on. And he's kind of been the on-field leader, him and Aiden Stewart, of course. We know what a tremendous talent Aiden is. But I think that was a key to this whole the process for Avon Lake.
Well, we're going to take a timeout. And when we take the timeout, we come back, I want to talk to you more about the storyline that you just brought up, and it's the quarterback for Avon Lake, because his availability tonight is questionable. We're going to talk about Dawson Tenbrink after this timeout on the YouTube channel, on Chronicle Telegram, and online, WEOL.com.
Thought you were setting me up, Yancey.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Stewart's Appliance. Family owned, locally trusted, and proud to support Lorain County. Whether it's a new fridge, washer, or stove, Stewart's is here for you. Stewart's Appliance, serving families, supporting community.
Nick Abraham, Elyria Ford. This month you choose. Right now, get the Escape, Mach-E, Mustang, or Bronco Sport for only $399 a month with 0 down, or the Bronco, Explorer, or F-150 for just $499 a month. At Nick Abraham, Elyria Ford, we make it that easy.
In the year 1901, New York became the first state to require automobile license plates. The first Nobel Peace Prize ceremony was held in Sweden, and Ohio Mutual Insurance Group was founded. At the Cobos Insurance Agency, we're proud to represent Ohio Mutual, a company with more than a century of experience. We can help you select the best coverage to help protect your auto, home, farm, or business. Call us at 324-3732. We'd love to evaluate your insurance needs and recommend the best coverage from the best companies, like Ohio Mutual. Since 1901, keeping the promises that secure dreams.
Hi, Tim Elkhorn, Cavs radio voice. Recently, we had some trees removed. So again, singing the praises of EcoTree Services. In a few hours, EcoTree had removed the unsightly trees, cleaned the debris, and opened the area for a new fence. I can't say enough good things about the people at EcoTree. I've used them several times, always thrilled with their work. If you have trees that require pruning or need to be removed, contact EcoTree, a local business that deserves your business. They've earned mine. Go to ecotreeservices.com.
Lorain County has a story every day. Make sure you don't miss it. From breaking news and high school sports to schools, business, and community events, the Chronicle has it all. Stay connected to your neighbors and your home team with coverage that matters most to you. Don't just hear about Lorain County, know Lorain County. Subscribe today at chroniclet.com/subscribe and get the news that keeps you in the know. The Chronicle Telegram, Lorain County's largest newspaper.
Welcome back to Olmsted Falls. It's Ron Yance, Tom Evans along with you tonight, Gary Pelter, and Jared Kozar to bring you tonight's Southwestern Conference matchup between the Bulldogs, the home team tonight of Olmsted Falls, and the Shoremen of Avon Lake. Tom, before we went to that break, you mentioned the sophomore quarterback for Avon Lake, Dawson Tenbrink. Dawson did not play in the 42-0 win over Elyria last Friday night. They kept him out. He has a banged-up ankle, and they're not exactly sure how much or if at all he'll play tonight. They're going to give it a go, see how he reacts, see how, a week and almost now 2 weeks off has helped that ankle. But if he is unable to play, who will come in and play quarterback? And the answer to that is Aiden Stewart, their talented wide receiver who's going to be playing on Saturdays at the Air Force Academy next year, but not as a quarterback. Aiden is such a great athlete that they'll move him in to play quarterback. He played last week against Elyria at quarterback, and in the past he has messed around in practice playing quarterback. They've actually had him in the last 2 years take snaps in practice just in case of a situation like this. But, Tom, if Tenbrink can't go because of the ankle, that kind of changes a lot. Because if you lose that deep threat, that guy who in open space, and you've seen Aiden Stewart catch and run, he'll take an 8-yard pass over the middle and turn it into a 70-yard touchdown. If you lose that, that's losing a lot, isn't it?
Well, it is, but that puts a little bit more pressure on Michael Summerfield. And we've seen Summerfield, he's a playmaker as well. He doesn't get as many opportunities because you have Stewart there. But I thought Summerfield came up big with a couple plays against Amherst. I think the potential is there. You move Aiden Stewart, probably your best athlete on the field, back to quarterback. That changes the package. And we've seen Aiden in quarterback before. They've run some packages with him back there before, but playing the whole game back there is a different story.
Tom, when you think Avon Lake, you think Aiden Stewart offensively because, he gets the headlines, he gets the stories, he gets the touchdowns, he's in the stat leader sheet. But when you look at that offensive line, there's one young man who has stood out not only this year but all 4 of his years in Avon Lake, and that's their 6'5", 280-pound senior left tackle, Maxwell Riley, who next year will be playing on Saturdays in Columbus at the Horseshoe for the Ohio State Buckeyes. You're an offensive line guy, a coach of the offensive line, believer in the trenches. What has made, and you've seen Maxwell Riley several times over the last 4 years, what's made him so good? What makes him the kind of talent that can go to a program that's the defending national champion?
Well, first of all, he's got the tool set is there. He's got great feet. And what I've seen teams try to do to Max Riley is undersize him, is try to put that small, quick defensive end and maybe make him work hard on the corner, and he just eats them alive. We saw Amherst try to do that against him, try to go to a wide 9 technique on Max. And Max, he's got a great first step. and when he gets his hands on the defender, they're done. He drives a lot of guys into the ground, and he can do that drive blocking when he has to.
Tom, when you evaluate an offensive lineman, I've always wondered this because, you can look across both offensive lines tonight, and you see kids that are actually bigger than Max Riley. Max is at 6'5", 280. His center weighs 297. And if you look at Olmsted Falls, obviously they've got guys over there 6'4", 300. But what makes Max good enough to play? He's big and strong, but you're playing a fast game at the Division I level of college football, one of those power conference schools, defending national champion. How do you analyze, how do you look at a kid, especially since he was a freshman? I mean, he's been being recruited maybe since 8th grade that, he was on people's radar. What do you see in somebody like that?
It's footwork, and it's footwork. It is 100% footwork. And actually, the guy behind you there, Carlos Rivera, played some D3 football. He played for Sabria. Great feet. I coached a kid by the name of Stepanovic that played for Ohio State, then played in the pros a little bit. Great feet, and you see that early on. Max, his footwork as a sophomore was incredible. Just incredible. His first step, he's got a great football sense about him too, and that's something that sometimes kids have and they don't have. But Max really has a great football sense about him as well. But his footwork is incredible.
There's a kid on the other side of the football for Olmsted Falls, speaking of footwork and Division I offers, and he's their middle linebacker, Mason Saravac. He's just a junior. And in talking to head coach Tom DeLuca, you and I, a week ago, we learned that this is only Mason's second year of organized football, but everybody knows about him. He's been offered by most of the MAC schools, and Coach DeLuca thinks that very soon he'll be offered by a Power 4 school as a junior, and then once one school offers, all the other ones will fall in place because they don't want to lose him. You've seen him. What makes him so good?
Well, I'm going to use a Disney reference here. If you've ever been to Disney, you go to Test Track, you build your own car, and you can put what kind of tires on it, what kind of engine you want in it, and what kind of thing. Well, if you were going to build a football player, Mason Saravac's the guy you build because he's got the footwork, he's got the size, he's got the build, and he just has, again, there's another kid that just has tremendous football sense as a second-year player. We watched him last week, and his football IQ is incredibly high. Just being able to see plays and being able to know where gaps are going to open up, where that he can knife through and make tackles. Amherst gets the win last week, but Mason must have had 4 or 5 tackles for loss last week because he sees those holes open up and he's knifing through. He's getting in the gaps. He's just, again, if you were going to build a football player from scratch, Mason Saravac's the guy you come out with.
Tom, we're going to take a timeout. The Olmsted Falls Marching Band is ready to present the national anthem. We'll be back.
At Nick Abraham Elyria Ford this month, you choose. Right now, get the Escape, Mach-E, Mustang, or Bronco Sport for only $399 a month with 0 down, or the Bronco, Explorer, or F-150 for just $499 a month. At Nick Abraham Elyria Ford, we make it that easy.
Ohio Mutual Insurance Group has been a leader in the farm insurance industry since 1901. With more than 100 years of experience, Ohio Mutual's farm products have evolved to meet the needs of 21st century farm owners. At Cobos Insurance Agency, we can help you protect what matters most. Whether you own a small farm with 5 acres or a large operation with thousands of acres, we can provide the coverage you need. Give us a call at 324-3732. We would welcome the opportunity to meet your farm insurance needs. Ohio Mutual, modern insurance for modern farmers. High school football in Lorain County is all about tradition, pride, and community, and that's what Stewart's Appliance is built on. For generations, Stewart's has been the family-owned appliance store you can count on for quality products and personal service. From refrigerators to washers, ovens to dishwashers, Stewart's has what you need to keep your home running. Proud to support Lorain County and proud to support high school sports. Stewart's Appliance, where community comes first.
Hi, Tim Elkhorn, Cavs radio voice. Recently, we had some trees removed. So again, singing the praises of EcoTree Services. In a few hours, EcoTree had removed the unsightly trees, cleaned the debris, and opened the area for a new fence. I can't say enough good things about the people at EcoTree. I've used them several times, always thrilled with their work. If you have trees that require pruning or need to be removed, contact EcoTree, a local business that deserves your business. They've earned mine. Go to ecotreeservices.com.
Lorain County has a story every day. Make sure you don't miss it. From breaking news and high school sports to schools, business, and community events, the Chronicle has it all. Stay connected to your neighbors and your home team with coverage that matters most to you. Don't just hear about Lorain County, know Lorain County. Subscribe today at chroniclet.com/subscribe and get the news that keeps you in the know. The Chronicle Telegram, Lorain County's largest newspaper.
At Nick Abraham Elyria Ford this month, you choose. Right now, get the Escape, Mach-E, Mustang, or Bronco Sport for only $399 a month with 0 down, or the Bronco, Explorer, or F-150 for just $499 a month. At Nick Abraham Elyria Ford, we make it that easy.
It's a great look at the Olmsted Falls marching band, the Marching Bulldogs, presenting not only their alma mater, but our national anthem on a beautiful first week of October, Friday night, here at Olmsted Falls High School. Temperatures are unusually warm. Tom, it reached the 80s today. It was 81 at one point. Does that change anything in an October football game for the athletes on the field? I mean, it's still humid out right now.
Well, you know, we used to see the cramping in the first couple of games, and we saw cramping last week because of the heat. So this is still getting that front loaded on that hydration is important for the athletes, but usually don't see it this late into the season because temperatures have cooled off for practice and for games, but they have not this year. So they're still playing in some heat, so you got to make sure that you're staying hydrated as an athlete.
I want to welcome you into our Chronicle Telegram YouTube broadcast. We're very, very proud and excited to bring that to you this year. This is our maiden voyage with our television broadcasts, not only on WEOL.com, but on the YouTube at Chronicle Telegram. And you can see the cheerleaders for the Olmsted Falls Bulldogs presenting the banner that the football team will run through. And they're going to try to run through an Avon Lake defense tonight, Tom, that has been very, very good, specifically in the last 3 games. They knocked off a Midview team that was 3-0. They held them to just 1 touchdown, 39-7. They go to Amherst, and they don't shut down, but they certainly limit that Cy Christensen, Michael Passarella-led Amherst offense, 31-21. And then they shut out Elyria. But, you know, Elyria is what they are this year. They're struggling. And here come the Bulldogs. You can see the pom-poms in our Gary Pelter-led camera shot. We're on the home side. And the home faithful are pumped up to cheer on these young men tonight. The Bulldogs in their home navy blue, trimmed in gold with that Bulldog football helmet, and they are led by Tom DeLuca. Coach DeLuca is in his 13th season here at Olmsted Falls. And Tom, when you look at what Tom DeLuca has done in his 13 years, his first year he was 1-9 when he took this job. His second year he was 4-6, but he told me he lost 5 games. 5 of the 6 losses were by less than 10 points. He said, I loved those kids. I wish I had them for 1 more year. They graduated. His next year they were 6-5. They've never looked back. They've never had less than 7 wins since that 3rd season, and now he's in his 13th. What makes his program so effective, Tom? You've got a chance to have a front row seat.
Well, you know, Tommy's one of those guys that I just kind of, I've never been out to his practices. I got to believe that he's one of those guys that you love to play for. A lot of passion with Coach DeLuca, but really, I just get the impression that he's a guy that the kids love to play for. They've gone to that option offense, so it's kind of different than what other people are doing right now. It's not that zone read, and it's but it's still that Olmsted Falls mentality that's been here forever. Our good friend Bob Tomaszewski used to say this all the time. He said if there was ever one school that had the perfect mascot, it was Olmsted Falls, the Bulldog, because they are Bulldogs in everything that they do.
Well, along those lines, Tom, Coach DeLuca said to me, he said, we have the community. I think that we have the type of young kids in our community that are tough and hard-nosed and can play that style of football. And I remembered what he said to me as I was standing pregame down on the track, and these little, actually they're right in front of me right now. I'm guessing 5-year-olds. They all got the Marine crew cut. And they're running around tackling each other on the track, and they all look like, you know, little Bulldogs. That is a fabric of this community.
Well, they're going to punch you in the nose. The Bulldogs are going to punch you in the nose, and they're going to find out what you're made of. And they do that. They've always done that here.
So you can see we're about ready to kick it off. Avon Lake won the toss with the captains at midfield pregame, and the Shoremen elected to kick it and defer to the second half. They'll receive the football in the second half. So Avon Lake will kick it off first. Olmsted Falls will return it. Aiden Stewart teed it up for the Shoremen. Aiden will kick it off, and Grant Rabnicki's in the middle on the goal line, ready to receive it for the Olmsted Falls Bulldogs. The whistle has been blown, and we're ready to start football here at Olmsted Falls High School. And Stewart's kick goes inside the 10, and the Bulldogs will get it, and they'll get it outside the 20-yard line. And that's where they'll start with their first possession of this football game. Let's take a look at that Olmsted Falls offensive line, Tom, because if you're a Bulldog and you run the triple option, it all starts up front. Aiden Rivera, left tackle, 6 foot 230. He's a senior. Charlie Martineau, a 5'10", 255 senior left guard. Scott Draves is the center. He's a senior as well, 6 foot 245. You can see the offensive line coming out right now from their sideline huddle. Nathan Scheffler, the 6'4", 300-pound senior. And then at right tackle, Matt Ionica. Ionica, 6'3", 250 senior. Under center is Cam Pesh, the junior. And he'll hand it off. Pesh with an opening handoff, and it's a good one. That's Owen Singleton, straight up the middle. And Singleton gets it all the way up to the 34-yard line. Tom, Olmsted Falls runs that quick hit, that dive play a lot. I mean, Singleton was not in the dive that particular carry, but why is that quick hit so effective?
Number one, because Avon Lake flies around a lot, so if they're slanting away from that gap, they're gonna find a seam there pretty easily.
Pesh will pitch it, and this time he goes to Logan Conley. This is Conley at the bottom of your screen, and Logan is all the way up across the 50-yard line. So the drive started at the 23, and in 2 plays they're in Avon Lake territory. So if the Shoremen needed a, hey, we're here to play tonight call, they got it.
And if you're going to run if you're going to run the option, you have to run that inside gap. You have to run that dive play to keep them honest, because otherwise they start flying out to the tackle box into the outside to try to take that option away. You've got to keep them honest. You've got to keep those linebackers inside, and that dive does that.
Singleton's right behind his quarterback, and they'll run that counter play as they do so well. And the Bulldogs are going to pick up about 8 yards with Kai Gilbert coming out of the slot. And there's one example of the options that quarterback Cam Pesh has as the quarterback. He's got Gilbert, he's got Singleton, and he's got Conley. All 3 of those guys are in some formation in that backfield, Tom, and all 3 of them are in a position to get the football on every snap.
We have a holding call against the Bulldogs here, so they're going to start 1st and 20, 1st and 17, so they're going to go from the spot of the fall.
Tom, at what point do penalties get in the heads of the players? I mean, it's always in the head of a coach, but the coach isn't out there, trying to hold the snap count and trying to, not jump early or not hold. At what point, and this is what would be the 3rd straight game, according to Coach DeLuca, that penalties have really, we'll see how it goes, but 3 plays in, they've already got a penalty. Here's the play. Pesh is going to hand it off. This is Conley going to try the far side, and Conley's going to pick up about 3 yards. Does it get in your head, Tom?
It does, because of the way the last 2 weeks have gone. It's a little bit of that, here we go again, because this option offense is not built for 1st and 20s. It just isn't, so it makes it that much tougher. Nice pickup there on 1st down.
This is a Bulldog offense a week ago where they scored just 2 touchdowns and a loss to Amherst. Had nearly 400 yards rushing. They just couldn't punch it in. Quarterback will keep it. Actually, it's Logan Conley who kept it on the direct snap, and that's Conley. He's got a 1st down on 2nd and 17, and Conley's all the way down inside the 35-yard line. Conley's the senior, the 6-foot slot receiver / running back. He can both catch it and run it. He's got nearly 300 yards rushing, and he's scored 5 touchdowns this year.
That's just a good old-fashioned quarterback sweep. Great job of sealing the corner on that one. Great job by Ionaki, the right tackle on that one.
So it's 1st and 10 Bulldogs at the Avon Lake 34. Singleton will get it. Owen's the first back through, and stacking him up near the 30 is that Avon Lake defense. Let's identify that defense. Along the front, it's a 4-3 defense. Left defensive end, Andrew Laser, a 6'2", 200-pound junior. Ian McGregor is a down tackle, 6'2", 212 senior. Caleb Smith right next to him, 5'11", 214 senior, and then Eric Van Ewen on the right end, 6'1", 201 senior. The three linebackers, Mitchell Streeter, Sam Huffman, and Christian Alicia. Alicia just a sophomore, starting tonight on defense for Avon Lake. We'll get to the backfield next. It is 2nd and 8. That's Conley in motion. Singleton will not get the handoff. Pesh will pitch it, and Pesh pitches it to Conley. And that Avon Lake defense really did their job that time, didn't they, Tom? Everybody stayed in position.
A nice job of just limiting the field. They ran that to the short side into the sideline so that you have a little less room to run the option there. But a great job of forcing Pesh to make the pitch on that one, and they were right there on Conley.
You know, some of the guys that, really come up and make tackles are the guys in the defensive backfield, one of which Michael Summerfield, who's a safety. He's a senior. Michael wears number 1. We'll call his name a lot. So it's 3rd and short. Singleton will get the handoff right side. He needs to get up to about the 24, and he will push the pile. And Olmsted Falls will continue to move that football.
If you're going to beat Olmsted Falls, your safeties are going to have a lot of tackles. Because of the number of things that just kind of come right off the outside shoulder of the offensive tackle. Your safeties are going to have to really come up and fill.
Safeties will be not only Summerfield, Jacob Perry, who's in there now. He's a junior. And then they'll play a freshman back there at safety, Chris Golding. Golding will also catch passes on the offense. But we will see number 89 at safety. They'll float him up as a linebacker at times tonight as well. So Olmsted Falls opening drive, it has been very good for them to this point. They're inside the 25-yard line. And the Bulldogs with the pitch, far side field. They'll get inside the 20 on it. That was Kai Gilbert who took the pitch from his quarterback, Cam Pesh. Gilbert came into tonight with 100 yards rushing. Singleton came into tonight with 780 yards rushing, and Logan Conley came into tonight with 233. So it's Singleton who's the main running back in that Olmsted Falls offense, and Singleton will carry it up to the 14. It'll set up a 3rd and short.
And Avon Lake really trying to take away that outside run for the Bulldogs, really jumping outside hard on the option.
They'll run it again quickly. Singleton with a hole. Singleton inside the 10. He's got the first down and a touchdown-saving tackle that time by Michael Summerfield. Singleton broke through the 2 lines, the offensive or the defensive line, then the linebackers. Quickly, Avon Lake will try to stop Singleton. Singleton straight up the middle, and he's brought down near the goal line. They'll mark him down at the 1-yard line. Olmsted Falls will waste no time.
They're not letting Avon Lake get a goal line defense in, so they're running quick here.
Pesh will take the snap. Will he go it? Nope, he'll hand it off, and Singleton marches in 2 yards out. Owen Singleton with a walk-in touchdown for Olmsted Falls, and the Bulldogs were very bullish on this opening drive.
Really attacking the right side of that, the left side of that defensive line hard in that series. So I think that's a little sigh of relief for the Bulldogs as they get on the board first. After all the mistakes last week, they had the penalty in that drive and came back from it to get the touchdown.
Boy, short of that one moment where they had the holding call, that was a perfect opening drive. We'll take a timeout. Just under 7 minutes left in this first quarter. Olmsted Falls has had it once, and they've got a touchdown. It's 7-0 Bulldogs. We'll be back on the YouTube channel for the Chronicle Telegram.
At Nick Abraham Elyria Ford this month, you choose. Right now, get the Escape, Mach-E, Mustang, or Bronco Sport for only $399 a month with 0 down, or the Bronco, Explorer, or F-150 for just $499 a month. At Nick Abraham Elyria Ford, we make it better.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Stewart's Appliance. Family owned, locally trusted, and proud to support Lorain County. Whether it's a new fridge, washer, or stove, Stewart's is here for you. Stewart's Appliance, serving families, supporting community.
That drive by the Bulldogs was 77 yards, and it was all on the ground. And it was a mix of different running backs. They have 3 that they like, and all 3 of them got an opportunity.
We saw Conley, Gilbert, and Singleton all carry the ball in that series, and even moving Conley back to the QB position there for a little bit.
So Aiden Stewart is set up at the 10 for Avon Lake. He's in the far right of your screen, the Shoremen, wearing white tonight, trimmed in maroon and gold. And kicking it off for Olmsted Falls will be Tyler Gebbe. And Gebbe gets his toe into it. It will drive Singleton back inside the 5. This is Aiden Stewart with it. Stewart outside, far sideline. And a great return for the talented senior for Avon Lake. Tom, he's got a lot of speed, and he doesn't even look like he's running that hard, but he just blows by people.
He's one of those guys that, again, he's a glider, and he is up to full speed by about his second step when he gets going. So we saw him take the opening catch against Amherst about 65, 70 yards for a touchdown on just a little simple drag route.
So we're looking on the field, and Tom, leading the huddle is number 10. That's the sophomore Dawson Tenbrink. Tenbrink comes into tonight. He hasn't played in 2 weeks. He did not play in the 42-0 win over Elyria a week ago because of a tender ankle. The last time he saw action was against Amherst 2 weeks ago. He's a sophomore. Dawson in the shotgun. And he's got Ezra Jones on one side and Aiden Stewart now in motion. He's at the bottom of your screen is Stewart. Watch him. He's talented in open field. Tenbrink to throw, looking to Stewart. He'll go over the middle, and it's caught over the middle. That's Colin Hout.
Didn't hang on to it.
Oh, dropped it. Had it and dropped it.
Found a nice little spot in the seam there. Good throw by Tenbrink. He just didn't come up with it. I like what they did with Stewart that first play. They started him in the backfield, then they shifted him out because they want to see what kind of matchup they can force with that Olmsted Falls defense.
The quarterback Tenbrink came into tonight in 5 games, throwing for 962 yards and 9 touchdowns. That's Hout in motion. And they'll hand it off to Ezra Jones. And Ezra will not get back to the line of scrimmage. So that defensive front for Olmsted Falls, Cade Salashi, a defensive end, 5'11", 197 senior. Nathan Scheffler, the nose tackle, 6'4", 300-pound senior. And Scott Draves, the 6', 246 senior, stopping Ezra Jones. They run a 3-4, Olmsted Falls does, on defense. It's 3rd and long, 3rd and 9. Stewart split to the bottom of your screen. Joining him is James Ness and Michael Summerfield. Tenbrink to throw, looking left. He's got time. Now he'll step up and run. Will he get there? He'll slide. He'll be short. Dawson Tenbrink could have gotten there if he'd have not slid. He slid early, and I think he's actually getting a friendly mark.
Yeah, because he started to go down about the 45-yard line. I thought that.
So it's 4th and 1, Tom, and it looks like the Shoremen are going for it.
No signs of a dicey ankle on that run. He certainly took off pretty well with that.
So they'll run behind the offensive line of Max Riley, the Ohio State star recruit. He's the left tackle. Will they go left behind Maxwell Riley? They'll start in the shotgun on 4th and 1. Jones gets it, and Ezra Jones is going to have enough for a first down.
Still going.
All the way down to the 34-yard line. Tom, Jones is the kind of player that you like. He's built like a wrestler. 6', 202. I mean, he's a big, strong young man. He's a basketball player, though. Starting point guard for Eric Smith and the Shoremen a year ago. And this, Tom, is only his 2nd year playing high school football.
He just he looks like one of those backs that should carry the ball 30 or 35 times a game. That's the way he's built. Like the longer the game goes, the more carries he gets, the stronger he's going to get in the second half.
So he's in the pistol. He's right behind his quarterback. It's 1st and 10. A new set of downs for Avon Lake, their opening drive. Ezra will get it again. And Jones is going to run behind that offensive line and get up to the 31. So Maxwell Riley's at left tackle, 6'5", 280 senior. Harry Riley, his younger brother, 6', 213 junior. There are 6 kids in the Riley family, and Maxwell and Harry are 2 of the 6. Jonah Kamai, the center, 6'3", 297. He's a junior. Slade Strang, the right guard, 6', 273 senior, and Jack Ellis, a junior, at 6'1", 223. They also have a big tight end who they use as a blocker. Don't throw to him much. Andrew Lacer, 6'2", 200-pound junior. So Tenbrink will take the snap. He'll look to throw on 2nd and 8, and that is complete at the 15-yard line. Nice pass and catch. Michael Summerfield on the catch. Summerfield came into tonight in 6 games with 10 catches.
really nice job of getting the ball to the outside where only Summerfield has a chance at that. Again, Olmsted Falls almost religiously in his own defense back there, and nice break on that.
Avon Lake will not huddle. They'll get up to the line of scrimmage and look to the sideline for the play call. They'll give Olmsted Falls a 4 wide receiver set. Ball's at the 15. It's 7-0 Bulldogs. Jones is going to get it. He was stopped in the backfield, but look at this. Ezra Jones goes in for a 15-yard touchdown. How did Ezra Jones slip out of that?
Two guys looked like they were collapsing around him there, and Jones just kind of squirted through, and there was nobody between him and the goal line after that.
There was no one, Tom. You are exactly right. That middle was wide open. It's almost like the defenders thought, does Jones have the ball or does the quarterback have the ball?
I wonder if they had some kind of stunt on there that got away from them.
And a penalty before the kick. Well, as advertised, Olmsted Falls looked fantastic, and Avon Lake matched it. Tom, this could be this way all night long. What a game for us to call.
Very efficient drive by both teams, their first time out tonight.
So it's on the Bulldogs, so that'll give the Shoremen about a 1.5 yard move towards that goal line. Tom, would you ever think about going for 2 here when you're a 1.5 yard out instead of 3?
All right. No, not this early in the game. Especially, you almost had to feel like this one may be a shootout, and you don't want to possibly give a point away this early.
3:28 left in the first quarter. It's been a good one. We're tied at 7 on the Chronicle Telegram's YouTube channel. We'll be back.
We all know for a team to win, it takes dedication, consistency, and teamwork. That's exactly what we do here at Cobos Insurance Center. We put in the work every day so that you can have the best experience possible and coverage that fits you and your needs. By partnering with companies like Ohio Mutual Insurance Group, who are committed to helping you protect your auto, home, farm, or business, we have no doubt that we can be the most valuable player on your team. Give us a call at 440-324-3732 or visit us online at cobosins.com so we can help you with all your insurance needs today.
7-7, Olmsted Falls and Avon Lake here on a homecoming night at Olmsted Falls High School. Ron Yance, Tom Evans along with you tonight. Gary Pelter and Jared Kozar bringing you this YouTube broadcast on the Elyria Chronicle Telegram's YouTube channel. Week 7, high school football regular season. Both of these teams have lived for playoff football for a very, very long time. And both of them tonight will have a huge victory for computer points in the high school. Tom, is any team here, as Olmsted Falls will start with the ball on the 25, is the loser tonight risking not making the state playoffs?
Well, yeah, but because of what they have left on their schedules this year. Avon Lake, after Olmsted Falls, they go North Ridgeville, Avon, and Berea Mid-Park, a total of 4 losses between those 3 schools. Olmsted Falls goes Berea Mid-Park, Midview, and North Ridgeville, a total of 6 losses between those 3 schools. Right now, Avon Lake is sitting in Olmsted Falls is sitting at number 7 in the region. Avon Lake at number 12. Remember, only 12 get in this year, so it's not the 16, so that's going to make it a little dicier.
Conley in motion. He'll take the handoff, trying to run right side, and he'll get up near the 30-yard line. In that game last week, Olmsted Falls got the ball 76 yards away from the goal, $154, something like that, left in the game, no timeouts. That play right there with Conley in motion was a play that was very important and very effective in that entire drive. It almost scored them the game-winning touchdown. Singleton will get the handoff, and it's a bad handoff, and the ball's on the football field, and Avon Lake says they've got it. That was a handoff that never really happened. And the Shoremen have recovered. So a week ago, it was 2 interceptions, 2 turnovers by that Olmsted Falls offense that just kept them from finding rhythm, finding success. And right here in the first quarter, Tom, it's a fumble in their own territory.
Again, this is uncharacteristic for Olmsted Falls. This is team that does not put the ball on the ground very often.
So Avon Lake will have it, and they like what they see in front of them.
Short field starting at the 30.
It'll be James Ness, the senior, that'll come out wide to the left at the bottom of your screen. Ten Brink, the quarterback. He'll hand it off to Ezra Jones. Last time Ezra touched the football, he went 15 yards for a touchdown. Jones gets up to the 33. He'll pick up 2. Ezra came into tonight, Tom, 86 carries, 551 yards. He averages over 6 yards a carry.
6 TDs, 92 yards a game.
He'll be on the left hip of his quarterback, Dawson Tenbrink. 2nd and 8. Shoremen at the Olmsted Falls 28. Quick pass over the middle, and it's a little bit behind the intended receiver, Aiden Stewart. It falls to the ground.
Yeah, Tenbrink short on that one. He's going out to apologize. He walks a couple yards downfield to kind of apologize to Stewart. I don't know if Stewart made the break he thought, but it really at the very last second looks like Dawson kind of short on that throw a little bit.
I asked Coach Kostelnik, I said, you give the starting job to a sophomore. How did that happen? I mean, what did he do to make you think that he deserved the job? He said, it was in the spring in 7-on-7 drills. He said, we really started to see that we really had something at quarterback, and he'll need to make a play here. Tenbrink on 3rd and 8, looking left the whole time, throws left, and it's caught by Christopher Galding, rather, and Galding's got enough for a first down. Tom, there's another storyline tonight, Galding. He's a freshman.
A big freshman, 6'2".
175. He's got 8 catches coming into tonight. I talked about Maxwell Riley, freshman, sophomore, junior starter. He's now a senior. So 4 straight years of starting at left tackle for Avon Lake. In the history of Avon Lake football, all the way back to Al O'Neill, that's as far back as I can go in my research, there has never been a 4-year starter in Avon Lake football, but Max Riley is one this year. And the Galding kid could be a second if he stays healthy for the next 3 years. So on 1st and 10, the Shoremen with a quick little pass. It's complete. They'll get about 2 yards. It'll be 2nd and 8. Tom, isn't that hard to believe?
Really, but that'll tell you about the program.
Yeah, and the numbers.
That just tells
right?
you the numbers and the strength of the program through the years.
I was talking to Coach DeLugas before the game just to confirm those thoughts. And, Dave had a lot of great players. And he said, Ron, I can take you all the way back through Al O'Neill. He said, we never had a 4-year starter. So it's 2nd and 8. Ball's at the 15. Jones will get the handoff. And Ezra Jones is going to find the yardage tough to get. That Olmsted Falls defense really tightening up. The linebacker crew, it's 4 linebackers in the 3-4 defense. Drew Miner, Mason Saravac, Sully Murray, and Cam Frangella. And you'll see Owen Singleton in there as well. But the point guard of that linebacker crew, or the Jack Lambert, or, the Michael Singletary, or just, pull up one of those old great names, Mason Saravac, the 6'2", 225-pound junior. He wears number 8. So number 8 will make a lot of plays. Avon Lake looking for one inside the 15 of Olmsted Falls. Quick little throw. It's caught inside the 10 and still with the football and fighting for a first down and getting it for Avon Lake. Boy, that's great second effort. That was Thomas Rodkey. Rodkey with a big body, Tom, and that kept him upright.
Yeah, Smith came in, thought he had him, and Rodkey just kind of fought through that to pick up the extra yard to get the first down.
And we're going to wrap up the first quarter. It's 7-7. Bulldogs and Shoremen, Southwestern Conference matchup. One of the great matchups in the history of the SWC. The second quarter awaits, and we'll be back to bring it to you on the Chronicle Telegram YouTube channel. That's coming up next.
At Nick Abraham Elyria Ford this month, you choose. Right now, get the Escape, Mach-E, Mustang, or Bronco Sport for only $399 a month with 0 down. Or the Bronco, Explorer, or F-150 for just $499 a month. At Nick Abraham Elyria Ford, we make it that easy.
High school football in Lorain County is all about tradition, pride, and community, and that's what Stewart's Appliance is built on. For generations, Stewart's has been the family-owned appliance store you can count on for quality products and personal service. From refrigerators to washers, ovens to dishwashers, Stewart's has what you need to keep your home running. Proud to support Lorain County and proud to support high school sports. Stewart's Appliance, where community comes first.
I'm sure you heard the golden voice of Tom Jabot. Tom in his 36th year as the public address announcer here at Olmsted Falls High School. He's had a busy night. There's a lot to announce tonight. 36 years. He's seen a lot of good football too, Tom.
You're not kidding.
First and goal, ball to 6 for the Shoremen. Under center is Tenbrink. He'll hand it off. Ezra Jones looking for his second touchdown of the night. Ezra spinning out of a tackle, but right into another. He'll get stacked up at the 5-yard line. Jones at 202 pounds. Played soccer and basketball his freshman and sophomore years. Then his junior year at Avon Lake High School, he said, I'm just going to play basketball. And he started at point guard for Eric Smith. And then during the summer before his, well, actually it was after his junior basketball season. So let me think of this. It was before his junior basketball season, his sophomore year. He said to Coach Smith, he said, I'm thinking about giving football a try. And Eric told me, and Eric just retired from, over 20 years of leading that Shoremen basketball program. Eric said, I looked at Ezra and I said, well, Ezra, I think you should have given football a try a long time ago. And so he's out. He's a junior on the football team. He's their leading rusher. Last year was his first year, but Coach Kostelnik told me he really didn't start running the football to this week last year, week 7. So he's really only had one calendar year of playing high school football. And he's already got a touchdown tonight. And he's 6 yards away from his second. And he's lined up on the right hip of his quarterback, Dawson Tenbrink. It's second and goal. Tenbrink to throw. He'll throw it to Ezra Jones. Ezra's going to have to break a lot of tackles. He's in trouble back at the 10, and he's going to get up maybe to the 7-yard line.
Great job of that Bulldog defense out there. Adam Smith coming up from his defensive back spot to make a quick tackle on that one.
Shoremen lose a yard. It's still third and goal. Still goal. Third down now. 7-7. Olmsted Falls took their opening possession, went the length of the field, 76 yards for a touchdown. Avon Lake answered, and those 2 long drives pretty much ate up the first quarter. The Cowbells are out here at Olmsted Falls High School, and the Shoremen are going to call a timeout.
Not in the right formation. Coach Kostelnik was quickly on the field that time, trying to bring 3 receivers back to this left side. Coach Kostelnik quickly got out there, got the timeout, and wanted to make sure this one was set right.
Tom, we'll take a timeout ourselves. We'll be back. 10:51 left in this first half. Game's tied at 7 on the Chronicle Telegram's YouTube channel.
Hi, Tim Elthorn, Cavs radio voice. Recently, we had some trees removed. So again, singing the praises of EcoTree Services. In a few hours, EcoTree had removed the unsightly trees, cleaned the debris, and opened the area for a new fence. I can't say enough good things about the people at EcoTree. I've used them several times, always thrilled with their work. If you have trees that require pruning or need to be removed, contact EcoTree, a local business that deserves your business. They've earned mine. Go to ecotreeservices.com.
Here we go. Key moment early in this football game. Shoremen will break the huddle 7 yards away from their second touchdown of the night. Olmsted Falls trying to not make it happen. 4 receivers in the set. Tenbrink calls Stewart in motion. Keep an eye on 17. Dawson's going to roll that way. Now he's going to come back. Looking towards the middle, thinking about running. He's going to run it. Now throw it at the end, and is it picked? It's in the end zone. Who caught it? Who came up with it? Both the defensive back and the receiver went after it.
No signal from the official yet.
Avon Lake says they've got it. I still haven't seen a signal. And now I've seen touchdown. Who's coming out with the football?
Tommy DeLuca not real happy with that call. He's down about the 20-yard line. He wants an explanation from the official on that.
Well, one of the things that I wondered, Tom, it was Dawson Tenbrink over the line of scrimmage when he threw the football. The line of scrimmage was the 7. And that's one of the questions that I'd be asking if I was Tom DeLuca. It goes as a touchdown. It was a wrestling match for the football in the end zone, and the Shoremen won it.
Tom having a discussion with the head official right now.
This is a significant moment.
Tom not happy with the answer he got.
And there's the penalty
not
flag.
going to be happy with the flag he got either. I think that's about 3 weeks of frustration for Tom DeLuca just coming out right there.
In his 13th season, has done nothing but win here at Olmsted Falls. He and his Bulldogs were co-champs of the Southwestern Conference in 2021. They have played in 2 regional championship games just on the doorstep of the state Final Four twice. He has led an outstanding program. And as you mentioned earlier, Tom, he took over, when Jim Ryan retired. Ryan, a state championship winning coach. The Bulldog football program righted in that 3rd year after DeLuca took over and has done nothing but win since that time. So in to kick it.
A lot of athletic success here at Olmsted Falls the last couple of years. Girls basketball outstanding, always a strong volleyball program. Wrestling program's fantastic out here. Track program at Olmsted Falls. So really, really a lot of positive things going on here at Olmsted Falls athletically.
Kyle Anderson will kick it, and it's up, and it is good. And with 10 minutes and 39 seconds left in this opening half, Avon Lake has taken a touchdown lead. It's 14-7 Shoremen. You're listening to and watching the Chronicle Telegram's YouTube channel. We're proud to bring you high school football this year for the very first time. Not only, on the long-standing over 75-year history of WEOL on the radio, but now streaming online, WEOL.com. And every Friday night, one key matchup. Tonight, it's the Olmsted Falls Avon Lake game on the YouTube channel.
Nothing but rave reviews on Mr. Pelt on the camera, too. I'm getting so much positive feedback from people that are watching the games. And Pelt's second home out there running the camera for us.
Gary Pelter. Gary, over 40 years, I think, has covered high school football, or over 30 at least. He's been around for, it might be 40. Gary has seen a lot, covered a lot, broadcast a lot. Yeah, over 40. He just gave me the 4.
He's a child prodigy.
Gary's on camera tonight. So Olmsted Falls is going to get it, and they're going to get it in an angry mood, because not only did they like how the touchdown ended up for Avon Lake, they didn't like their turnover early that set that touchdown up. That's Grant Rebnicki, who received the kickoff and went absolutely nowhere. He's going to be tackled at the 16-yard line. So Cam Pesh, the junior quarterback, will lead his Bulldogs out.
Elijah Bullens down there for the Shoremen on the tackle.
If you look at the 3 losses for Olmsted Falls this year, specifically the first 2, Tom, they lost to Mentor in the season opener 35-28. They lost by a touchdown, and Mentor is 6-0 this year, and they have blown out everybody. Now tonight, Mentor's got a great test. They travel to Strongsville to take on the Mustangs. That's going to be a real good football game. So Olmsted Falls loses to Mentor 35-28, and then they lose to Avon 28-0. They're going to give Chris Golding the credit for that Avon Lake touchdown. Golding, the freshman, 6'2". He's the one that muscled up and wrestled the football away from the Olmsted Falls defensive back. So Golding will get credit for that touchdown on a 3rd and goal from the 7.
And it doesn't get much easier for the Bulldogs after this week. 4-2 Berea Mid Park maybe playing some of their best ball. Midview at 3-3 and North Ridgeville at 5-1.
Singleton will get the handoff straight up the middle. And Owen Singleton will get up near the 40-yard line. It'll set up a 2nd down and 5.
See if Falls can get back into their rhythm here like they did on the first drive of the game.
To my left, and only a pane of glass separates us here in the press box, is the offensive coordinator for Olmsted Falls, Carlos Rivera. He is the creator of this triple option offense at Olmsted Falls. I'll tell you that story in a moment. 2nd and 5. They'll pitch to the motion man. Trying to get outside, and they will. And there's a penalty flag down, though. And it's in the area of holding. We'll wait for the official's call. It is holding on Olmsted Falls. Tom, is it, and you've coached, your whole life. You played and then you coached on some outstanding staffs, and then you led your own program at Elyria Catholic. When you run the football as much as Olmsted Falls, I guess it's a two-part question, and you've got multiple guys running it in different looks and coming from different angles. Is it easier to get caught holding or feel like you have to hold because of all that activity?
No, actually you probably hold less if you're a dominant running team.
Because you're so used to it.
Right, and that's one that frustrates the coach. That's the umpire making a call on a play that went wide.
It's 2nd and 15. This is Conley with the football. Got the direct snap.
Gets
He's
the
got
corner.
a lot of room. Conley outside the 40, 45 near midfield. Not only did he get 16 in the first down, he got 6 more, and the ball's down to the 49-yard line.
And that's just the old quarterback sweep there. Boy, he gets Singleton out in front of him, and he goes.
So Logan Conley, the senior, will take that direct snap from time to time.
That's twice tonight. He's got the corner on the QB sweep.
Pesh now at quarterback under center. Conley in motion. The handoff will go to Singleton, and Singleton's dragging a down lineman for Avon Lake with him.
He snuck Radigan in for a play there at the tailback. He still picks up 5.
Trying to see who that was for Avon Lake. That was Thomas Schreiner. Tom Schreiner, a sophomore, with that tackle of Singleton. He pretty much rode Singleton like a bull rider. Brought him down. Ball's at the 48 of Avon Lake. Shoremen up 14-7. Fumble again.
On the ground.
And the quarterback, Pesh, fell on it.
Yeah, that was the counter coming back in. Inside on that one.
You can see it, and it's the beauty of the YouTube channel tonight with this triple option. You can see those 3 options that Pesh has as soon as he turns around. He's got 3 guys going 3 different ways, and it's up to him to get it to one of them.
Yeah, Kyle Gilbert couldn't get the handoff that time. Pesh does a nice job of falling on it.
3rd and long. It's Conley in motion. He'll get the pitch. Trying to get outside. He's got room. He'll cut it back up, and he'll get tackled after a 2-yard gain. Tom, I think the guy who made the play there was Jacob Perry, the safety. He got out and sealed that outside.
It looked like that was going to be a whole lot bigger than what it turned out to be. Again, Perry doing a really nice job. That's those safeties flying up, and they got to fill in those alleys if they're going to stop this Bulldog option offense.
So Conley's going to go back and punt it. And Michael Summerfield, the senior, will stand at his own 10, and he'll receive the punt. Michael on the year is a good return guy. He'll catch it at the 12. He's broken 2 tackles. He's up near the 30-yard line. So he's going to get about an 18-yard return on a punt with no blockers. Nice job.
Good field position for the Shoremen here in their 3rd drive of the game.
14-7, Avon Lake trying to win their 4th straight.
We got a Bulldog down on the field on about the 36-yard line.
We'll take a timeout during this injury. We want to remind everybody we've got Cobos Insurance Center sponsoring us tonight and sponsoring our halftime show, and they're a longtime friend of WEOL and the Chronicle Telegram. We welcome them tonight. They'll sponsor our halftime show. Cobos Insurance, they are your Ohio Mutual Insurance Group agent. We'll be back on the Chronicle Telegram's YouTube channel right after this.
We all know for a team to win, it takes dedication, consistency, and teamwork. That's exactly what we do here at Cobos Insurance Center. We put in the work every day so that you can have the best experience possible and coverage that fits you and your needs. By partnering with companies like Ohio Mutual Insurance Group, who are committed to helping you protect your auto, home, farm, or business, we have no doubt that we can be the most valuable player on your team. Give us a call at 440-324-3732 or visit us online at cobosins.com so we can help you with all your insurance needs today.
At Mick Abraham Elyria Ford this month, you choose. Right now, get the Escape, Mach-E, Mustang, or Bronco Sport for only $399 a month with 0 down, or the Bronco, Explorer, or F-150 for just $499 a month. At Mick Abraham Elyria Ford, we make it that easy.
You can see in the left-hand side of Gary Pelter's camera shot here at about the 32-yard line, they're bringing their starting cornerback, Bradley Whistle, off the field. Whistle starts at left corner for this Olmsted Falls defense. He's a senior, and we hope that he's going to be okay, but he's coming off with 2 of his teammates basically carrying him off.
Senior Ryan Barone steps in for him at the corner, 5'10", 136 senior.
So Shoremen with it. It's first down at the 29-yard line after a real nice return by Summerfield. Sideline pass, Aiden Stewart went up and got it like Spider-Man. Boy, Stewart went up and caught that like he had glue on his fingers.
Boy, Tenbrink, that nice job of threading the needle on the zone coverage there, right in front of the safety and behind the corner that time. Stewart, nice job on that one.
You know, Tenbrink impressed the coaching staff in spring 7-on-7 drills. They really thought that they had something when they saw him operate against North Ridgeville and North Olmsted in back-to-back weeks. And at that moment, they thought, this is our quarterback. We know he's a 10th grader, but we like him. He'll throw it, little bubble screen underneath, and the Shoremen are going to get up near a first down. That was Colin Hout who caught it behind the line of scrimmage and took it nearly 10 yards. He'll get 9. It'll be second and short.
Hout comes into the game with 11 catches for 93 yards, averaging 8.5 yards a catch. You'll add to that.
You know, Tom, you mentioned he's got 11. Summerfield's got 10. Stewart leads everybody with 25. Jones out of the backfield has caught 4. That's a nice little group for Dawson Tenbrink.
He's really done a nice job of spreading the ball around, too, and that gives Tenbrink a lot of targets. I think when we did the game against Amherst, I think in the first half he had 7 different receivers catch balls for him.
So he's got a triangle or a pyramid around him in the backfield right now. Let's see if somebody motions out, and they do. Let's see if they follow that fullback, Levi Ventris, and they do. And Avon Lake needed 2. Ambrose got the handoff, and Levi Ventris, the junior, number 44, he's running off the field now. He came in, Tom, to do one thing and one thing only, and that's lead that block.
Throw block. 5'9", 174-pound junior. He's our lead blocker down on the goal line, too.
Shoremen continuing to move the football, looking for their 3rd scoring drive of the night. We're 6 minutes left in this first half. And Avon Lake will get the ball to start the 3rd quarter. They won the flip, and they deferred to the second half. So it's Jones behind his quarterback, and Ezra will get the handoff. And Ezra's finding the going up the middle tough tonight. Scheffler and Hewitt and Salashi and Draves and that linebacker crew led by Saravac are really making running up the middle tonight, Tom, tough.
That's Cade Salashi coming in there from his defensive end spots, kind of slicing down and taking Ezra's legs out from underneath him.
Avon Lake is used to putting points on the scoreboard this year. They're averaging just under 30 points a game after 6 games this season. In the Southwestern Conference alone, they put up 39 against Midview, 31 on Amherst, and 42 last week against Elyria. In motion is Andrew Laser. He's on the left. Handoff again up the middle and nothing up the middle.
That's Rudnicki.
Drake Rudnicki, the junior, loses yards. It's going to be 3rd and 11. So Ezra Jones will come back in. But at 3rd and 11, Tom, probably not a running play. And it will set up as an empty backfield. Jones, one of the 3 wide receivers out to the top, the left. Stewart's in a slot in the lower part of your screen. They'll look to Golding, the freshman, caught it at the 35, spinning out of a tackle, and he gets himself up to about the 33, maybe 32, Tom. So it's a 4th and 3.
He's going to go here. I think he went earlier.
It's a long 3. It's going to be a 4th and 4.
Going to get a shout out to Dan and Mary Mariotti. Used to coach with Dan. Mary actually is Jimmy Ryan's sister, former Olmsted Falls coach, listening in, watching tonight.
Coach Ryan won a state championship here for the Bulldogs. You can hear Tom Jabot, the public address announcer, firing up the cowbells. Ken Brink to throw.
Great job.
Nice defensive play by Olmsted Falls' Logan Connolly.
Great job by Conley. Nice break on the ball. Got a hand in there. That looked like that was going to be good for the first down. Great job by Conley to get his hand in there to break that up.
Tom, that's a big stop for 2 reasons. One, Avon Lake doesn't continue to march for their 3rd touchdown of the first half. And secondly, Olmsted Falls gets the ball back at the 33-yard line.
Good field position. Need to get a little momentum going back your way for Falls.
3:35 left to play, first half. Ron Yance, Tom Evans, Jared Kozar, and Gary Pelter along with you tonight on the Elyria Chronicle Telegram YouTube channel. 14-7 Shoremen. Both teams scored on their opening drive. Avon Lake added another score after an Olmsted Falls turnover at their own 30. This is Conley with the ball, and Conley's going to get stuffed.
Nothing doing out
Mitchell
there.
Streeter, one of the linebackers, coming up and making a hit.
Falls has gotten outside a couple times. That time Sherman said, no way, not again.
You know, Matt Kostelnik, the head coach at Olmsted or at Avon Lake, is a defensive guy at heart. I mean, he was a defensive back on the state championship team in 2004, graduating year 2004. They won it in the fall of 2003. So he loves playing defense. Played it at Mount Union, defensive coordinator in his jobs leading up to taking over the head coaching job at Avon Lake, and he will have to rely on that defense tonight. Olmsted Falls is moving the football. It's 3rd and 1. Pesh will hand it off. Singleton straight up the middle. And no, Pesh kept it. And, boy, there was a great fake. He had me all faked out. Cam Pesh.
I was going to say Singleton picked up the first down. Yeah, he pulled that ball out of there. And this is Olmsted Falls. They get to the line of scrimmage. We saw their version of the 2-minute drill last week.
We did.
And they did it. They came up about 1.5 yards short at the end of the game.
Yeah, they went 75 yards. They needed 76. They did it without a timeout, and they did it in less than 2 minutes. There's 2:18 and counting left in this first half. It's first down, balls at the 45. Pesh going to throw. Ball fake. Now he thinks about running, and he'll just throw it out of bounds. There's absolutely nobody over there, but he's out of the tackle box, so it doesn't matter. Tom, there wasn't an Olmsted Falls offensive player within 20 yards of that pass.
That's the got to get past the line of scrimmage and you can throw it away. Coach DeLuca wanted him to run with that ball because I think he'd have picked up about 10 yards on that if he'd have taken off with it.
It stopped the clock, though. There are 2:07 left to play in this opening half.
All 3 timeouts still for the Bulldogs as well.
Adam Smith at the top of your screen, and the handoff goes to Singleton. Singleton gets up to the 42. Singleton's a workhorse. 81 carries on the season. Last week against Amherst, he carried the football 29 times for 182 yards. 29 carries, Tom.
I said, he just kind of, when he's going hot, they just kind of strap a saddle on him and ride him.
He'll get it again, and he'll get about 2 yards short of that first down. And I don't know if it's Singleton, but there is a player down right now holding his left shin. And I think it is Singleton.
It is Singleton, yep.
So there's an injury on the field. We'll take a timeout. We got 1:26 left in this first half. It's Avon Lake 14, Olmsted Falls 7. We'll be back on the YouTube channel of the Chronicle Telegram.
At Nick Abraham Elyria Ford this month, you choose. Right now, get the Escape, Mach-E, Mustang, or Bronco Sport for only $399 a month with 0 down. Or the Bronco, Explorer, or F-150 for just $499 a month. At Nick Abraham Elyria Ford, we make it that easy.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Stewart's Appliance. family owned, locally trusted, and proud to support Lorain County. Whether it's a new fridge, washer, or stove, Stewart's is here for you. Stewart's Appliance, serving families, supporting community.
Well, good news for Bulldog fans. Singleton came out on his own, walked off. It's 4th and 3. Minute 26 left, opening half, and the Bulldogs will go for it. Singleton will not be in on this play, though. Tom, is it Conley in motion with a pitch?
I was going to say, I think your next best bet is Conley here.
Radigan, the other back in the backfield. There's Conley in motion, and there's a penalty. And it's a timeout, rather. Tom DeLuca was right with the line judge. He didn't like what he saw.
Well, they ran Conley in motion. I think maybe they wanted to see what they were going to do with that motion.
So they'll come over based on what DeLuca saw Avon Lake react to and make another call?
Either stay with it or make an adjustment on it. He's talking to Carlos right now to what they want to do with that. I think you're still thinking you want to get the ball into Conley's hands in this situation.
My partner Tom Evans referring to Carlos. It's Carlos Rivera, the longtime offensive coordinator for head coach Tom DeLuca. Carlos studied triple option offenses, Army, Navy, Georgia Tech. This is 13 years ago. Would present options to DeLuca, who was a longtime defensive guy. And Tom said, we really had a hard time running the football my first and second year. And Carlos kept coming to me with this triple option idea. And Tom said the more I dug into it, the more I found out that I didn't know how to defend it. So Carlos talked me into running the triple option in our third year, and they have not looked back. Pesh will throw it on 4th and 3. Pesh looking, little dump pass, that's enough for a first down. And the Olmsted Falls Bulldogs will stop the clock as they're knocked out of bounds at the 28-yard line.
That was nice. They give him the option on that one. Pesh could either run and possibly pick it up or get it out to Gilbert on that one.
So it was Kai Gilbert with the big catch and run. Keegan Smith has now checked in for Olmsted Falls. Clock's moving, and it's 54 seconds and counting. Bulldogs down a touchdown, trying to add one before the half. Singleton will take it. And Singleton's up to the 23-yard line.
I think they went with Radigan. I don't think Singleton's not back in yet. I don't think so.
You're right, it is Radigan. I saw the 2 and not the 1. In motion, they'll pitch it outside yards, but a penalty flag down, and this one's going to come back for holding. It's a holding on Olmsted Falls. So they had Gilbert in motion that time, and Kai picked up yards, but it's all coming back, and there are now 25 seconds left to play in this opening half. If you're thinking field goal, Olmsted Falls doesn't feel comfortable with anything outside of 35 yards, so that would mean they'd have to get to about the 18-yard line in order to think about a field goal if they can't punch one in. Clock has started, and about 3 seconds went off of it before the Bulldogs called the timeout.
Down to one timeout for the Bulldogs. What they were able to do against Amherst in the 2-minute drill was get first downs, and that stopped the clock to allow the change to get set with 23.4 seconds to go. That's going to be a little bit tougher task to do from where they're at right now at the 34-yard line.
I'm looking at Owen Singleton. He is right in front of us. We're on the home side here, the press box, and Owen is just walking back and forth, pacing in front of that Olmsted Falls bench. He's got his hands on his hips. He is not, though, on the field. Staying in his spot is the sophomore Owen Radigan. Radigan, number 21, he's right behind your quarterback, Cam Pesh. Avon Lake has called the timeout. So Matt Kostelnik Let's take a quick break. We'll be back. It's 14-7 Shoremen over the Bulldogs on Illyria's Chronicle Telegram YouTube channel.
At Nick Abraham Elyria Ford, this month you choose. Right now, get the Escape, Mach-E, Mustang, or Bronco Sport for only $399 a month with 0 down. Or the Bronco, Explorer, or F-150 for just $499 a month. At Nick Abraham Elyria Ford, we make it that easy.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Stewart's Appliance. Family owned, locally trusted, and proud to support Lorain County. Whether it's a new fridge, washer, or stove, Stewart's is here for you. Stewart's Appliance, serving families, supporting community.
Coming up at halftime, our halftime show, brought to you by Cobos Insurance, will consist of the marching bands of both Olmsted Falls and Avon Lake, putting the bands in the spotlight on YouTube tonight. Here we go, 2nd and 15. Pesh to throw. 23 seconds left. Pesh is now going to run it. He's at the line of scrimmage. He's going to have to run it from here. He will, and he gets out of bounds with 14 seconds left. And Pesh is at about the 23-yard line with 14 seconds left and 1 timeout. Pesh can run it. He's carried it nearly 50 times this year, 56 times actually. Tom, what are you looking to do here?
Well, I think to throw a quick out, but this is not the comfort zone for the Bulldogs.
Pesh looks left, throws over the middle, and it's incomplete. Late hit, though. Popped over the middle, and it's going to be a penalty. That was Christian Alicia, the sophomore linebacker, with a pop late, and boy, that's going to give Olmsted Falls an opportunity.
It's going to be a 15-yarder, too. They'll take them down to the 10.
Alicia, one of those players that Coach Kostelnik loves, the coaching staff. Start a sophomore at linebacker. So the Shoremen are going to defend the final 12 yards here with 10.8 seconds left. Tom, you've got 1 timeout. I'll ask you again. Are you? They didn't throw it out. They threw it over the middle. What are you doing here?
Listen, I like Conley on that sweep, because then you get even if he stays inbounds, you get your timeout. You still get another play if you want to try to get in the end zone. If you don't, or you kick your field goal.
So they ran the sweep in the final play of the loss to Amherst last week. There were 5 seconds on the clock when they snapped it, and they were at the 5-yard line. And Conley got to the 1 as time expired. He's in motion again, and my partner was right, but Avon Lake called the timeout. So you run the sweep to the short side of the field. Tom, explain that.
Well, they bring the extra man over. They bring the tight end to that side and think that they outman him. It's a little bit tougher because you're not the way Avon Lake plays defense. They're evening it up, so it's the same numbers there. But that's where they ran it the entire time against Amherst. So they like going to the right with it, and especially with the sweep, you want to go where you're most comfortable with it. I think the alternative, if you still want to run the sweep, you put Conley back at quarterback, and he's gone both ways in the first half.
Effectively.
He's run the sweep both ways from the quarterback spot, both ways in the first half. So if you still want Conley to run the sweep, I would put him back at quarterback.
So the chess match between Tom DeLuca at Olmsted Falls and Matt Kostelnik at Avon Lake continues. It's a first down, but that matters not at all right now. All that matters is the 10.8. That's Conley. He'll take the direct snap, as Evans predicted. And he's going to run left, trying to get outside. Needs a block. Got it. Cuts back inside 5, and he gets tackled at the 4-yard line. I think he ran into his own player. So there's 4.9 left, and Olmsted Falls calls their final timeout. They got 4 seconds to go 4 yards. Conley's quick, isn't he, Tom?
And he gets in the corner in a big hurry. So, the tell that it has to be there when Conley's back there. You know he's going to go wide. he's not a threat between the tackles, and certainly with one play to go here in the half, they're either going to run it wide or throw it.
Gary Pelter running the camera tonight. Longtime sideline reporter. A legend on the sideline for over 40 years in Lorain County. Pelt traded in his human banana parka. Is that what he called it? The big
human
yellow?
highlighter. Human highlighter
For a high-definition camera. And he has adjusted well. Jared Kozar, our on-site engineer and producer. Tom Evans, your longtime football coach, our analyst tonight. And I'm Ron Yance, Stacy's husband.
Very appropriately put there, Mr. Yance. Very appropriately put.
So Olmsted Falls has decided to kick the field goal, and it's Tyler Gebbe. It'll be a 21-yarder for Gebbe, and as I said, Coach DeLuca feels comfortable with Gebbe, anything inside 35 yards. Gebbe's kick is up, and it's on the money. And that'll end the first half.
Yeah, I like that. Get some points going in.
Gebbe's 21-yard field goal makes it 14-10. Avon Lake over the home team. The Bulldogs of Olmsted Falls on homecoming here in Olmsted Falls. So we've got a special halftime show for you tonight. We've got the marching Shoremen ready to perform. They'll go first. And then the Bulldogs of Olmsted Falls with their huge band. Wait till you hear them. And you will. And you'll see them. The marching and the playing will be broadcast on the Chronicle Telegram YouTube channel. That's next after this timeout.
Ohio Mutual Insurance Group has been a leader in the farm insurance industry since 1901. With more than 100 years of experience, Ohio Mutual's farm products have evolved to meet the needs of 21st century farm owners. At Cobos Insurance Agency, we can help you protect what matters most. Whether you own a small farm with 5 acres or a large operation with thousands of acres, we can provide the coverage you need. Give us a call at 324-3732. We would welcome the opportunity to meet your farm insurance needs. Ohio Mutual, modern insurance for modern farmers.
Hi, Tim Elkhorn, radio voice of the Cavs. For several years, you've heard me talk about Eco-Tree Services on WEOL. Recently, I needed trees removed, so of course, I contacted Eco-Tree. They did an incredible job. The folks at Eco-Tree were timely, efficient, and the work was flawless. Take it from me, when your trees need attention or even require removal, contact Eco-Tree Services. Like me, you'll love their work. Find Eco-Tree Services online at ecotreeservices.com.
At Nick Abraham Elyria Ford this month, you choose. Right now, get the Escape, Mach-E, Mustang, or Bronco Sport for only $399 a month with 0 down. Or the Bronco, Explorer, or F-150 for just $499 a month. At Nick Abraham Elyria Ford, we make it that easy.
High school football in Lorain County is all about tradition, pride, and community, and that's what Stewart's Appliance is built on. For generations, Stewart's has been the family-owned appliance store you can count on for quality products and personal service. From refrigerators to washers, ovens to dishwashers, Stewart's has what you need to keep your home running. Proud to support Lorain County and proud to support high school sports. Stewart's Appliance, where community comes first.
Our first selection tonight brings you the Shoremen from the 90s with their signature hit, Halo. Hey folks, if you like marching bands and want to see some of the best, I'd like to invite you to the 60th annual
In the year 1901, New York became the first state to require automobile license plates. The first Nobel Peace Prize ceremony was held in Sweden, and Ohio Mutual Insurance Group was founded. At the Cobos Insurance Agency, we're proud to represent Ohio Mutual, a company with more than a century of experience. We can help you select the best coverage to help protect your auto, home, farm, or business. Call us at 324-3732. We'd love to evaluate your insurance needs and recommend the best coverage from the best companies, like Ohio Mutual. Since 1901, keeping the promises that secure dreams.
Hi, Tim Elkhorn, radio voice of the Cavs. For several years, you've heard me talk about EcoTree Services on WEOL. Recently, I needed trees removed, so of course, I contacted EcoTree. They did an incredible job. The folks at EcoTree were timely, efficient, and the work was flawless. Take it from me, when your trees need attention or even require removal, contact EcoTree Services. Like me, you'll love their work. Find EcoTree Services online at ecotreeservices.com.
Marching band would like to welcome you to our halftime show. The band is under the direction of Ms. Julie Roberts and will take the field with the song Fanfare and Entrance. And now, the pride of Olmsted Falls, the Bulldogs Marching Band! Show with a folk song rooted in Appalachia, but highlighting the darker side of New Orleans. It was made a hit by the Animals in 1964 and described as the first folk rock hit. Please enjoy the Bulldog version of House of the Rising Sun. next tune appeared in the third studio album for the rock band My Chemical Romance. Heavily influenced by classic rock from the 70s, here is the iconic rock opera tune, Welcome to the Black Parade. favorite. This jazz tune features some outstanding solos and some wild antics. Recorded by the Bobcats in 1938, our version features our gun bullets. Come on now, let's swing to Big Noise from Winnetka.
Falls Marching Band. Let's give you a few scores from around Lorain County. Over at North Ridgeville, Berea Mid-Park up on the homecoming Rangers, 21-14 at the half. In the second quarter, Amherst over top of Elyria, 35-13. Halftime over at Avon. Avon up 45-0 on Midview. At halftime over at Firelands, Black River and Firelands all tied up 19-14 Black River in the lead over there. Clearview up 21-0 over Brookside at halftime. Keystone up 22-0 on Wellington. No score from Columbia and Oberlin. Lake Catholic up 19-0 on Elyria Catholic at halftime. And St. Ed's up 31-14 on St. Ignatius at the half.
I want to say congratulations to a couple of folks. Homecoming night here tonight at Olmsted Falls. The Queen, Sophia Galarza. So congrats to Sophia. And the King, Arjav Daz. So Sophia the Queen, Arjav the King of 2025 Olmsted Falls Homecoming. And also thanks to the band directors. The director of bands, Olmsted Falls, is Julie Roberts, and Avon Lake's Josh Brunger. They brought it tonight. Both marching bands were outstanding, and we're really happy to bring you the sights and the sounds of the marching bands here on the Chronicle Telegram YouTube channel. It's 14-10 Avon Lake at halftime. The third quarter, as you can see, is about to get ready. Just a couple of minutes away from that. Both teams making their way back onto the football field. We're going to take a timeout, and when we come back, we'll have the kickoff to start the third quarter. Avon Lake gets the ball first. That's next on the Chronicle Telegram's YouTube channel.
In the year 1901, New York became the first state to require automobile license plates. The first Nobel Peace Prize ceremony was held in Sweden, and Ohio Mutual Insurance Group was founded. At the Cobos Insurance Agency, we're proud to represent Ohio Mutual, a company with more than a century of experience. We can help you select the best coverage to help protect your auto, home, farm, or business. Call us at 324-3732. We'd love to evaluate your insurance needs and recommend the best coverage from the best companies, like Ohio Mutual. Since 1901, keeping the promises that secure dreams.
At Mick Abraham Elyria Ford this month, you choose. Right now, get the Escape, Mach-E, Mustang, or Bronco Sport for only $399 a month with 0 down, or the Bronco, Explorer, or F-150 for just $499 a month. At Mick Abraham Elyria Ford, we make it that easy.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Stewart's Appliance. Family owned, locally trusted, and proud to support Lorain County. Whether it's a new fridge, washer, or stove, Stewart's is here for you. Stewart's Appliance, serving families, supporting community.
Services. In a few hours, EcoTree had removed the unsightly trees, cleaned the debris, and opened the area for a new fence. I can't say enough good things about the people at EcoTree. I've used them several times, always thrilled with their work. If you have trees that require pruning or need to be removed, contact EcoTree, a local business that deserves your business. They've earned mine. Go to ecotreeservices.com.
It's 14-10 Avon Lake at halftime over Olmsted Falls. The third quarter is just moments away. Ron Yance, Tom Evans, along with Gary Pelter and Jared Kozar tonight from Olmsted Falls High School. Tom, I was watching as the Bulldogs came out, and specifically I was locking in on Owen Singleton, number 26, their talented running back, who left late in that second quarter with an injury and did not return. They had him warming up on the sidelines, fully helmet on, shoulder pads on, uniform. They had him doing short sprints and cuts in front of a trainer and a coach. And they got a high five afterwards, or a fist bump, so it looks like, at least, you know, to the eye, that we'll see Singleton back in the backfield for Olmsted Falls when they get the football here in the third quarter. So that's good news if you're a Bulldog fan. The Shoremen are set to return at Aiden Stewart, standing back at his 10, and they'll avoid Aiden, and they'll have a pooch punt at the 30, and it's picked up by Summerfield, and Michael breaks the tackle and can't break the second, and he'll be down on the far side of the football field at about the 30-yard line.
And that's out of respect for Mr. Stewart, I believe, them popping that punt over there to the 30-yard line. They don't want to give Aiden another opportunity to handle the ball. They're going to make Tenbrink get it to him himself.
It'll be interesting to see. You know, talking to Coach Kostelnik for Avon Lake this week, I asked him about Stewart, and if he gets doubled, he said yes all the time. People double him. He said, but what that does is it sets up our running game. And they've got another guy, Chris Goulding, a freshman, not in the game right now, that also draws double coverage. So Ezra Jones is going to get the handoff, breaks a couple of tackles, and gets up to about the 32. But Coach Kostelnik, Tom, was talking about when he has Stewart and Goulding on the field at the same time, both of them are talented enough, and Goulding's coming on right now for Avon Lake, and fast enough in open space that they'll both draw double teams. And then you got 4 of theirs, Kostelnik said, meaning the defense, guarding 2 of ours, and that really kind of opens it up for the running game. Let's see if that plays out.
Well, we haven't seen Stewart on the jet sweep yet tonight. One way to get the ball in his hands.
Stewart's in the right slot, Goulding on the top of the screen far left. 10 bring to throw. He gets it to Aiden Stewart. Aiden catches it at the 35, open space, and he gets up to the 41. Stewart's going to have the first down, protecting that football. I mean, he's really protecting that football like it's a warm chocolate chip cookie that his Aunt Karen made for him in the oven. Karen Turner, Aiden's aunt, longtime elementary school teacher in Avon Lake, and the reason he's a Shoreman. Aiden's from Australia. Came to live with his aunt. And Shoreman fan all across the land are thankful for that. He'll split out wide to the right. Jones and Tenbrink are in the backfield. Dawson will throw it, and it's a quick pass, and it's complete, and that's James Ness, the senior, up near the first down marker.
That's a little different look for Avon Lake there. That was a double tight, double flanker look that time. They don't do that too often. Went with the quick out route.
Opening drive, if you're just tuning in to the Chronicle Telegram's YouTube channel, opening drive of the second half. Olmsted Falls got the football first in the first quarter, took it down the field 76 yards efficiently and impressively, scored an opening touchdown. Avon Lake answered it, and it's been tight ever since. Second and short, Jones will get the handoff. Ezra with the first down and more. Ezra Jones is off. Jones will not be caught, and it's a 49-yard touchdown for Ezra Jones of Avon Lake.
Boy, just straight up the middle on that one. Once he got past the linebackers, nobody's there. Again, those safeties are kind of creeping out to help with Stewart and those receivers, and once we got behind the linebackers, nobody to get after Jones.
Ezra Jones. His coach said, I said, is he powerful or fast? Matt Kostelnik told me he's both, and he showed it right there, Tom Evans.
Yes, absolutely. That was a different gear that he got into once he got behind the linebackers.
The extra point is up, and it is good. And with 9:56 left in this third quarter, the Shoremen answer quickly, or they make the statement quickly in the third quarter. And it's 21-10 Avon Lake. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back. Olmsted Falls will get the football next on the Chronicle Telegram's YouTube channel.
At Mick Abraham Elyria Ford this month, you choose. Right now, get the Escape, Mach-E, Mustang, or Bronco Sport for only $399 a month with 0 down. Or the Bronco, Explorer, or F-150 for just $499 a month. At Mick Abraham Elyria Ford, we make it that easy.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Stewart's Appliance. Family owned, locally trusted, and proud to support Lorain County. Whether it's a new fridge, washer, or stove, Stewart's is here for you. Stewart's Appliance, serving families, supporting community.
Tom, I have to correct myself. I generally, with women, you want to make them younger than what they really are. So I'd said that Aiden Stewart's aunt, Karen, is who he came to Australia to live with from Australia. It's his grandma Karen, Grandma Turner. And, Karen Turner, I know Karen.
I don't think Grandma would have been upset with you calling her aunt.
And, I just thought I'd try to make her a little younger, but she just texted me.
That was a great job of talking yourself out of that one.
I knew that. All right, Olmsted Falls is going to get it. And with it, running for his life and going to be stopped at the 20-yard line is the Bulldogs' Grant Rabnicki. So Rabnicki is up near the 20. Tom, the Bulldogs, do they need to go down to score a touchdown?
Yeah, they need to answer right now. Yeah, they need to get something going. They had a little momentum going into halftime with the field goal, and boy, Avon Lake just came out and squelched it here with that quick drive and that big run by Jones.
Now, I was talking to Coach DeLuca before the game, and he said we can go quick in our offense. He said, you know, I asked him if that was a challenge, that 2-minute offense last week to try to win that game. He goes, not really. He said we can run our triple option quickly. We don't need a lot of time. And it's because they don't really huddle up, do they, Tom?
No. And when you're running the option one, it's like, so you got 3 plays in one already.
So in the game and now coming out is Owen Singleton. Singleton took the handoff, got 6 yards, and he's on the sideline. They're probably going to be careful with him, Tom. I'm guessing here in the second half.
He looked good with that first carry.
Radigan, Owen is back in the game. He's the back in the backfield. He'll get the handoff. And Owen with big yards across the 30. That's another first down.
Singleton comes back in.
See Cam Pesh in your shot, number 16, the quarterback for Olmsted Falls, standing on the near hash with his hands on his hips, looking for that offensive call. Singleton right behind his quarterback, looking for that quick dive. And they'll get it to Conley. Conley tries the outside, far side. Conley's up to about the 3-yard line. Conley came into tonight with 233 yards rushing. Singleton 780. Kai Gilbert 100. The quarterback Pesh had 342.
And Conley, one of the primary targets for Pesh, too. 7 catches for 125 yards and 2 TDs.
So a lot of guys to go to, including Keegan Smith, who caught this pass, and he'll get up to the 47, and that'll be a first down for Olmsted Falls.
Nice little quick screen set up here. Good job of blocking by the receivers. Logan Conley gets out there, throws a nice block.
Player down for the Shoremen. Looks like it might be Davin Pence, their starting left cornerback. Pence is holding his head.
Coach Kostelnik coming across the field. Take a look at his player.
Let's take this moment to recap what's happened scoring-wise in this game. Olmsted Falls took the opening kickoff. They drove 76 yards very quickly, and they scored on an Owen Singleton 1-yard touchdown run. They took nearly half the first quarter to do it, and with just inside 7 minutes to play, it was 7-0 Olmsted Falls. Then Ezra Jones for Avon Lake went in from 15 yards out, and that is Davin Pence, and he's up walking off under his own strength, so that's good. Avon Lake answered with a long drive of their own, and Jones went in on a 15-yard touchdown run. He got hit at the line of scrimmage, broke a tackle, maybe 2. Not sure how he did not get tackled. Then he walked into the end zone. And then after that, the Bulldogs fumbled it at their own 30. Avon Lake got it, and a few plays later, on a 3rd and goal from the 7, they threw a pass in the end zone that Chris Gaulding was credited for the touchdown catch. It was a jump ball. Bulldog and Shoreman both fighting for it. They gave credit to Avon Lake. It was well disputed by Olmsted Falls' as head coach Tom DeLuca, but it went for the Shoremen. And that made it 14-7. It's now 21-10. And Olmsted Falls is facing 2nd down and 5.
Singleton back out at that fullback spot. Want to give a warm welcome back to Cobos Insurance again. Bob Cobos joining in. Bob's a longtime sponsor, always helped us out with wrestling during the winter, sponsors the Avon Lake Wrestling Tournament. Good to have Cobos Insurance back on board here.
Ian McGregor, down lineman for Avon Lake, making the stop for the Shoremen. McGregor, one of 3 seniors in that 4 down lineman front for Avon Lake. Radigan, the lone back in the backfield. This is Conley in motion. He'll get the pitch. And Conley fumbled the pitch, and he falls on it.
Olmsted Falls snack an extra offensive lineman. They were unbalanced to the right side there. They wanted to go with that sweep to Conley again. They're going to have to punt the ball.
The Bulldogs have, I think that's the fourth time, Tom, they've fumbled the ball.
It is. They put the ball on the ground again. Not a lot of character for the Bulldogs. We have some exchange problems. Quarterback on the pitch that time on a handoff earlier on.
Conley's going to punt it. Summerfield set to receive it for Avon Lake. It's a nice punt. Michael takes it at the 16. It quickly gets up the field across the 30. And Summerfield continues to impress as a return man for Avon Lake.
Boy, nice little 15, 16-yard return. Get him out beyond the 30. Good starting field position for the Shoremen.
6:08 left to play third quarter here at Olmsted Falls High School. King and Queen both named tonight on homecoming night here at Olmsted Falls. Giving a shout out to Sophia Garlaza, the Queen, and the King, Arjab Daz.
Well, we had a homecoming last week, too. Are we the homecoming game?
We must be. Last week, Amherst Olmsted Falls was homecoming. Where are we next week, Tom?
I don't know.
I think Keystone Columbia, maybe. Yeah. But it'll be week 8. It's odd having homecoming on week 7. They probably did it just because you and I were coming.
Well, I can tell you don't work in schools because the homecoming people always want homecoming as late as they can get it, and the coaches want it as early as they can get it to get it out of the way.
There's a timeout on the field. We'll take one, too. 6:08 left to play third quarter. It's Avon Lake 21, Olmsted Falls 10.
We all know for a team to win, it takes dedication, consistency, and teamwork. That's exactly what we do here at Cobos Insurance Center. We put in the work every day so that you can have the best experience possible and coverage that fits you and your needs. By partnering with companies like Ohio Mutual Insurance Group, who are committed to helping you protect your auto, home, farm, or business, we have no doubt that we can be the most valuable player on your team. Give us a call at 440-324-3732 or visit us online at cobosins.com so we can help you with all your insurance needs today.
(21-10), Shoremen over the Bulldogs midway through this third quarter. On a night where Olmsted Falls is trying to find their way into the win column for the first time in what would be 3 weeks. They're on a 2-game losing streak, and if you're in the history of Olmsted Falls football under Tom DeLuca, a 2-game losing streak is not something you see very often.
Not at all. And again, it doesn't get any easier for the Bulldogs after this week. We talked about they go Battle of Bagley Road. They're down over at Finney Stadium for Berea Mid-Park. Then they're at Midview and North Ridgeville.
Other games tonight. We got a lot going on. Our Stream 2 game, Berea Mid-Park at Ridgeville, Rocco and Rush, and the Medina County game, Hudson at Wadsworth, Keith and Chad. Wadsworth's loaded this year, I heard.
It's a shame that them and Highland aren't playing in the same division of that league.
Quick pass over the middle. It's complete. Catching it was
Colin Hout. That's about his third catch of the evening. He's been in the slot. They found him several times tonight. Well, I think that goes to what you were talking about earlier, them double up on Stewart and maybe even the freshman out here, leaving Hout with some one-on-one coverage.
Hout came into tonight with 11 catches on the season, so he has done well. Stewart will be split out wide to the left on the top of your screen. That's Jones behind his quarterback. Ezra's going to get the handoff on second and short. Ezra's just going to pound those legs, keep churning those legs, and they'll mark him down at the 41. He'll be a full yard short of a first down.
Right. Nice job of Logan Conley coming up from his safety position and filling on that, making the first hit on Jones.
And he just came off the field, Conley did, holding his right bicep, the upper part of his right arm, slumping his shoulder, and he's being attended to right now on the Olmsted Falls sideline.
That was a head-on collision between him and Jones on that last play.
So it's 3rd and short. High snap. Quarterback will keep it. In trouble. He's going to get swung down at the 37-yard line.
Boy, great job out there defensively.
It almost looked like a mistiming broken play. Like, did Tenbrink and Jones get to the same spot at the right time, and maybe Tenbrink was late or Jones was early?
Tenbrink didn't hesitate getting outside. Great job by Drew Miner, the outside linebacker, on that, though.
All right. It looks slow to me. So the Shoremen are going to punt it, and that's a big stop for Olmsted Falls. They're down 11. They do not need another sustained scoring drive by Avon Lake. Stewart's punt is high, and fair caught at the 28-yard line.
Boy, Stewart gets some air underneath that punt, too. Those are up in the lights.
Does a little bit of everything for Avon Lake. Talented wide receiver, punter, kickoff guy.
I think I saw him parking the buses earlier when the team got here.
Played quarterback last week against Elyria. I asked Coach Kostelnik about that. I said, does Aiden get any time in practice for snaps? I mean, before last week. And he said, actually, yeah. He said last year, as a matter of fact, they would get him time in practice with snaps because at one point or another, both of their starting quarterbacks or the starter and the backup, were nursing injuries. That's Pesh, the opposing quarterback, on the keep. Cam gets up to the 34-yard line.
Nice job on the fake that time. They string the option out this way. He had Gilbert trailing on that one. Nice job of faking to Gilbert and tucking that up inside, picking up about 6 on first down.
Approaching the 3-minute mark here, left in the third quarter. Avon Lake's up 21-10. Pesh to throw. This is Conley. And Conley catches it, slips at the 40-yard line. It's enough for a first down, though. We talked about Aiden Stewart doing a little bit of everything for Avon Lake. It's Conley for Olmsted Falls that kind of matches that. 10 catches on the season, nearly 30 carries on the season. Plays defense. Plays it well. He's in motion. Handoff will go to the first back through.
Son of wrestling coach here at Olmsted Falls, assistant wrestling coach Chris Conley. Chris Oden next to me helped me out with that one. I thought it was Chris's son.
Singleton's out. Olmsted Falls' offense came into tonight averaging 22 points per game. They came in averaging nearly 300 yards in rushing per game. And last week against Amherst, they had 389 in a loss. Quick throw to Conley, and it's again a first down.
Nice little stop route. Conley kind of drives that corner off a little bit. And nice turnaround and good timing between Pesh and Conley on that.
It's clearly a run-first team, though. On the year, 1,722 yards rushing before tonight in 6 games and 412 yards passing. But they can pass when they need to. Pesh kept it. Pesh broke a tackle. Pesh still running. And Cam Pesh down to the 40-yard line. So this is a very methodical drive for Olmsted Falls right now. Pesh, first year as the starting quarterback here at Olmsted Falls. He's a junior. He had to sit and wait because Jimmy Rossell was the 3-year starter for the Bulldogs, and he did a little bit of everything for Olmsted Falls. And right now he's playing college football at John Carroll. He's a running back for the Blue Streaks. And Coach DeLuca told me that biding his time, long pass, it's incomplete to Conley. And at Rossell at John Carroll's playing a lot on Mondays. Not yet on the Saturday team, the varsity team, but So the point being, Cam Pesh in his first year, Tom, I think is doing a real nice job running that triple option offense.
It is, and they identify these athletes in the middle school to run the option because it takes years to learn to run the option the way that they run it the right way. And nobody was better at it than Jimmy Rossell was.
3rd and short. Olmsted Falls went for a home run on 2nd and short. Now they'll just try to advance the chains. Pesh right under center. Hand off to Singleton. And Owen Singleton's up to the 36-yard line.
He needed one. He got 6.
Eric Van Ewen in on the tackle for Avon Lake. Van Ewen, a senior defensive end. If you look at the grades on that Avon Lake defense, they've got 4 guys that are high grades. One is Sam Huffman, their middle linebacker, number 1. 2, Caleb Smith, a down lineman. 3 is the safety, Summerfield, and then Van Ewen, the number 4 graded defensive player. Got a lot of guys on that defensive side who can make plays. Singleton again trying to push that pile. Owen's going to get to the 33-yard line.
Van Ewen had a huge game against Amherst. Been a little quiet tonight, but again, this is a running.
I think Eric got the fumble recovery that set up the 30-yard short field for Avon Lake.
Falls is going to let the quarter run out here.
It's 21-10. Avon Lake will head to the 4th and final quarter. Olmsted Falls, when we come back, we'll have it 2nd and 8 at the Avon Lake 34. Ron Yance, Tom Evans, Jared Kozar, and Gary Pelter from Olmsted Falls High School. We'll be back on the Chronicle Telegram YouTube page.
At Mick Abraham Elyria Ford this month, you choose. Right now, get the Escape, Mach-E, Mustang, or Bronco Sport for only $399 a month with 0 down. Or the Bronco, Explorer, or F-150 for just $499 a month. At Mick Abraham Elyria Ford, we make it that easy.
Hi, Tim Elkhorn, Cavs radio voice. Recently, we had some trees removed. So again, singing the praises of EcoTree Services. In a few hours, EcoTree had removed the unsightly trees, cleaned the debris, and opened the area for a new fence. I can't say enough good things about the people at EcoTree. I've used them several times, always thrilled with their work. If you have trees that require pruning or need to be removed, contact EcoTree, a local business that deserves your business. They've earned mine. Go to ecotreeservices.com.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Stewart's Appliance. Family owned, locally trusted, and proud to support Lorain County. Whether it's a new fridge, washer, or stove, Stewart's is here for you. Stewart's Appliance, serving families, supporting community.
Heading back out is that big Olmsted Falls offensive line, and leading them is Scott Draves, their 6 foot, 245-pound senior center. He'll stand over the football. So Pesh looks across the line of scrimmage at that Avon Lake defense. He'll send Conley in motion. Pesh is going to keep it. Pesh with some room. Pesh breaks it outside. Pesh break a tackle at the 20. And he's wrestled down at the 18-yard line.
That was a nice bounce by Pesh. Boy, looked like he was going to cut that right off the tight end, and then he bounced it outside a little bit. Probably picked up another 10 yards on that one.
It was Elijah Bullens, the outside corner, that stopped Pesh. They'll mark him actually down at the 18-yard line. 1st and 10, Olmsted Falls. It's Singleton up the middle.
Nice first down carry. Picks up about 4 on that one.
Tom, if you're going to run that dive, it's got to be blocked well, right?
Absolutely.
It happens so quick. What's the key for an offensive lineman?
Making a good first step.
First step, yeah.
If you're the center, you got to get a good first step, especially against this defense as a nose tackle defense. You got to cut him off.
Well, 2 players were tackled on that one. Quarterback Pesh along with Radigan, Owen, and I think it was Radigan that had the football. When in doubt, tackle everybody. Sometimes that's what you have to do as a defense against that triple option offense. A lot of time left in this football game. Over 10 minutes. Bulldogs are down 11, but they are within striking distance right now. 3rd and 5. Pesh is going to keep it. He's going to roll right, throw to the end zone or near it, and caught down at the 2-yard line is Conley for Olmsted Falls.
Boy, nice job of dragging across by Conley, getting there in a hurry. He came out of nowhere. I thought Pesh was going to run that, and he kind of threw that to the guy dragging back into the middle.
Conley's going to come out limping again. He is certainly battling something. And Mason Saravac's going to come into the football game. Saravac, number 8, will line up in a slot on the right side. Let's see if they run that way. They do. Singleton right of center, and he's in for a touchdown. 4-yard run the hard way for Owen Singleton.
Yeah, they just stacked Saravac behind the tackle on that one, and that's just like their version of an isolation play where we're just going to get as many bodies up into that hole as we can.
Bulldogs are going to go for 2 here, Tom.
Going to make it a 1-score game.
Bringing Keegan Smith in.
Make it a field goal game if they can.
They'll have Singleton in the backfield along with Kai Gilbert. Gilbert's actually in a slot on the left. Pesh under center. Gilbert in motion. Pesh fakes it. He's going to throw. Singleton's wide open. So the 2-point conversion is easy money. Pesh to Singleton. It's 21-18. 9:56 left in the football game. It's a good one. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back on the Chronicle Telegram YouTube channel next.
Ohio Mutual Insurance Group has been a leader in the farm insurance industry since 1901. With more than 100 years of experience, Ohio Mutual's farm products have evolved to meet the needs of 21st century farm owners. At Cobos Insurance Agency, we can help you protect what matters most. Whether you own a small farm with 5 acres or a large operation with thousands of acres, we can provide the coverage you need. Give us a call at 324-3732. We would welcome the opportunity to meet your farm insurance needs. Ohio Mutual, modern insurance for modern farmers.
21-8, a statement drive for Olmsted Falls. They needed it. They were patient the entire time. And not only did they get the touchdown, but as my partner Tom Evans said, they made it a field goal game with the 2-point conversion. Another pooch kick. This one's going to fall short at the 33-yard line. And Olmsted Falls almost recovered it.
Well, that was a live ball.
Well, Avon Lake was kind of laissez-faire getting to it. I think the Shoremen thought, not being in their helmet and knowing for sure that that was going to kick out of bounds right away, and it did not.
No, it had a little backspin on it. Like a Jared Kozar wedge from 30 yards out from the green.
Jared Kozar, our on-site engineer and producer of Friday Night YouTube on the Chronicle Telegram channel. So Avon Lake with 9:54 left and a 3-point lead with the football on their own 30. Their sophomore quarterback looks to throw with time. Throws it, caught Michael Summerfield, and what a pass. I got to say, Michael Summerfield was well covered. I mean, Olmsted Falls, that was Ryan Barone with coverage, and Ten Brink had a small window, and he put it right where he needed to.
That's a deep flag route, and that's about as good a well-thrown ball as you'll see.
Just a sophomore, Dawson Ten Brink. Last year, he was the starting quarterback on the freshman team, not on the JV team, but on the freshman team. This is Jones. Ezra's had a big night. Ezra's got 2 touchdowns tonight. One came on a 15-yard run in the first quarter. It was the first score of the night for the Shoremen. And the second one came right away here in the second half, third quarter. Took a simple handoff up the middle like that one right there, Tom. Broke the line of scrimmage and then went 49 yards with no one touching him.
I think he becomes the beneficiary of some of that double coverage on Stewart and maybe sliding out to help on the freshman wide receiver as well. Takes the safety out of the middle of the field, opens up some lanes for Jones.
So it's second and long. Aiden Stewart's going to go out wide to the right, top of your screen. Ten Brink going to look that way. Pressured, stepped up, he's in trouble, and he's sacked.
Yeah, they had 9 in the box on that one. They were coming after Ten Brink right from the get-go. Avon Lake or Olmsted Falls scooched up both their safeties, and those linebackers stepped up. They were pinning their ears back on that one.
That was Sully Murray with the sack. Murray, the senior middle linebacker. And that sets up third and a long way.
As the game's kind of moving on here, we see Olmsted Falls taking a few more chances defensively, trying to force the big play. That time the big sack by the defense.
It's 3rd and 15. The two talented receivers to the left, and they threw it to the freshman, and he dropped it. That was Chris Galding at the 40. I don't think he'd have gotten much further.
No, that was going to be about it. I think they were still going to punt from there. It would have been 4th and 10.
So back to receive it for Olmsted Falls is Logan Connolly, along with Aiden O'Malley.
Stewart's second punt of the night. First one, he got way up in the lights.
Stewart, beautiful punt. Connolly's going to let it drop. It hits at the goal line and bounces into the end zone. That was too much of a good thing.
It was. It looked like he barely hit it, and that ball was 46 yards in the air.
So Olmsted Falls has held. The defense stood strong when Avon Lake looked like they were going to put a little drive together. And the Bulldogs get it back, Tom, with really only 2 minutes going off the clock. They scored that touchdown at 9:56, and we're now at 7:41.
And the Bulldogs know at most right now they've got 2 possessions left in the game, this one and possibly one other one, so they know how important this drive is for them.
Pesh kept it, faked the pitch, breaking tackles, and Cam Pesh is going to pick up 8 yards.
Pesh doing a nice job of running this half. Again, that time nice keep off the side, makes the first man miss. Relying a little less on Singleton this half.
Pesh to throw. Left and deep, open, wide open. Beating the coverage and running and going in for what will be a 72-yard touchdown. Olmsted Falls with a quick strike. It was Brady Clute.
Great throw by Pesh.
It was money. Olmsted Falls to add an extra point. It will cap a 15-0 run right now for the Bulldogs. They'll take a 25-21 lead, 6:55 left in the football game. Bulldogs were down 21-10. Not anymore. We'll be back on the Chronicle Telegram YouTube channel.
At Nick Abraham Elyria Ford this month, you choose. Right now, get the Escape, Mach-E, Mustang, or Bronco Sport for only $399 a month with 0 down, or the Bronco, Explorer, or F-150 for just $499 a month. At Nick Abraham Elyria Ford, we make it that easy.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Stewart's Appliance. Family owned, locally trusted, and proud to support Lorain County. Whether it's a new fridge, washer, or stove, Stewart's is here for you. Stewart's Appliance, serving families, supporting community.
(25-21). The game has changed dramatically, Tom. To start the second half, Avon Lake was up 14-10. Ezra Jones took a handoff, went half the football field, scored a touchdown. The Shoremen looked in control, up 11. But the rest of the third quarter was scoreless. And the first 5.5 minutes of this fourth quarter have been all Bulldogs.
And they just keep coming at you, the Bulldogs. 6:55 to play.
A pop up another one, and Summerfield watches it go out of bounds. They are staying away from all things Aiden Stewart tonight.
They're not going to give him extra opportunities.
Avon Lake's got the ability to do exactly what Olmsted Falls did, and that's strike quickly.
Still a lot of football left to be played with 6:55 on the clock.
Bulldogs with 2 timeouts. Avon Lake's got 3. And the Shoremen will start this possession at their own 35.
And the Shoremen now with a sense of urgency because they know if they have to give the ball back to the Bulldogs, they may not see it again.
In motion is Hout. They'll throw it to Stewart. Aiden looking for a block,
There we
got
go.
one, and he was almost gone. Touchdown saving tackle by, guess who?
Saravac, yeah.
Mason Saravac.
Coming across over there. Stewart is lightning in a bottle.
The Air Force recruit came into tonight averaging 17 yards every time he caught the football. He'll line up on the bottom of your screen. 2 receivers, including James Ness at the top. Ezra Jones in trouble in the backfield, and he's fighting his way back to the line of scrimmage.
Kyle Gilbert made that play. He sliced in there from his linebacker spot, spun Jones around, spun him back into a host of Bulldogs coming to make the tackle on that one.
Yeah, they're blowing up. The Olmsted Falls defensive line is just blowing up Avon Lake's offensive line right now, allowing those linebackers like Gilbert to get in there.
I think they become more aggressive here in the second half as well. Really bringing the linebackers.
Good protection. Tenbrink still looking. Throws it deep. Summerfield out there, and it's over his head. Boy, great coverage in the backfield by Olmsted Falls that time because Dawson Tenbrink had a lot of time, Tom.
Yeah, he got outside the pocket there, and Summerfield did what he's supposed to do. He broke deep on that one.
So it's 3rd and long. And with 5:30 left, you got to wonder if this is a 2-down play.
Yeah, because I think Coach Kostalnik knows that he does not want to give the ball back to the Bulldogs.
Stewart on the bottom looking at single coverage. They'll throw to Aiden Stewart. It's low. He goes down and gets it, and he's tackled at the 50-yard line.
I think this makes Coach Kostalnik's decision a little bit easier.
So they'll bring in 2 more wide receivers. They'll bring in Summerfield. They'll bring in Christopher Golding, the freshman.
Didn't get a very generous spot on that one. I thought he picked up a couple more than that.
And they'll also bring in Ryan David. Golding and Stewart are next to each other on the bottom of your screen. Avon Lake needs 6 yards. Tenbrink trying to draw Olmsted Falls off sides. He's under center. Hard count.
Kostolnik gets the timeout. Coach Kostolnik goes rushing down to get the timeout.
We'll take a timeout too. Stick around. This is a good one. We'll be back on the Chronicle Telegram YouTube channel.
We all know for a team to win, it takes dedication, consistency, and teamwork. That's exactly what we do here at Cobos Insurance Center. We put in the work every day so that you can have the best experience possible and coverage that fits you and your needs. By partnering with companies like Ohio Mutual Insurance Group, who are committed to helping you protect your auto, home, farm, or business, we have no doubt that we can be the most valuable player on your team. Give us a call at 440-324-3732 or visit us online at cobosins.com so we can help you with all your insurance needs today.
Avon Lake bringing their offense back on the field. Summerfield will come out on the field. Stewart's out there. Ezra Jones, the running back. Olmsted Falls, the home crowd in front of us, in full throat. Stewart split out wide to the left, bottom of your screen. 3 receivers to the right. Shoremen need to get to the 44 of Olmsted Falls. Mason Tenbrink trying to get it to Stewart, throws, and a great defensive play.
Great break on that play. That's Conley again.
That's Conley.
That's Conley making a great break on the ball. He's in a zone defense. Aiden Stewart runs the out just enough for the first down, and Conley's kind of laying off him, and he makes a great break on the ball. Tenbrink was going that way the whole time. He had trips to the wide side. He didn't want anything to do with the trips. He wanted Stewart that time. Conley again, that's his second big breakup of the game for him.
So the Bulldogs have the ball, and they'll have it at midfield. They'll have it with 4:41 left in the game, and they've got a 25-21 lead. They have battled back. They were down 21-10 early in the third quarter.
And the Bulldogs know that they are about 3 first downs away from ice in this game.
They'll set up with Singleton right on the backside of his quarterback. Conley in motion. Singleton's going to keep it, or get it rather, and he'll pick up 4 yards to the 46-yard line. Boy, Avon Lake needs to create a turnover at this point, Tom. They could get them on, 3 and out, but they really need to make something happen. It's getting to that point in the football game.
And we're not, still plenty of time on the huddle clock, 22 seconds still in the huddle clock, so they're going to milk every second of that. They'll be inside of 3 minutes before they snap the football here. Good job of Pesha keeping them in the huddle.
Play clock's at 4. Singleton with a handoff, and he is stopped at the line of scrimmage.
Defensively, who is that knifing in underneath there, the bottom of that pile? That's Caleb Smith, the defensive tackle, coming slicing in there for the Shoremen. And we've got a Bulldog down on the field, so we got a timeout on the field.
Just want to remind everybody, tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock, my partner Tom Evans will be joined by Jared Kosar. And it will be the Saturday morning roundup. Roundup.
You want to talk about the not ready for primetime players.
This is a live television production. Kosar will be in a jacket and tie.
Yeah, only if I bring one for him.
So you'll definitely want to tune in. What's fun about the show is we'll have 8, 9, 10 coaches in a 2-hour time period on camera with us from wherever they're at, JV football game, coach's office at the high school, in their car driving a stick shift on their way to their
child soccer game,
soccer game. Yeah. It's really good stuff. So make sure you tune in at 9 o'clock. Big third down. Olmsted Falls needs 6 yards.
They should wind the clock.
And the clock is starting. 3:30 it started. There's 20 seconds left on it. And Campeche is just standing there watching it. And Tom, to your liking, the linemen are standing up.
Not putting them down in their stance and having them stay in their stance for 20 seconds.
Snap will come at 5 seconds. Singleton got it. He was tackled almost immediately, although his forward progress will take him up to the 43-yard line. So it's going to end up being like a 3-yard gain.
And Caleb Smith in there again, the nose tackle in there once again.
Bulldogs are going to go for it, or at least wind the clock down and think about it. Now they're going to bring out, I'm looking for number 2 to see if he's out there, because Conley's been their punter. And he's back there ready to punt it. So the clock's at 2:35. The play clock's at 12. So it'll be 2:20-ish when this ball is punted by Conley, and there it goes. Ball's out of bounds at about, we'll see where they mark it, but it looked like it went out at about the 18-yard line. That's exactly where they mark it. 2:22 left. Avon Lake's got 2 timeouts. Shoremen are down 4, 25-21 to the home team on homecoming night at Olmsted Falls High School. Summerfield is out to the right along with James Ness. It's a 4 wide receiver set for the sophomore quarterback, Dawson Tenbrink. He'll look right. Still looking right. Still looking. And he's going to throw it wide open at the 40 with a catch is Colin Hout. Hout near midfield. He was wide open. Nobody around Colin Hout. He got lost in coverage, and it's a big gain for Avon Lake. But there's a penalty flag down.
Tenbrink, great job of keeping that play alive, but what happened there is 3 defenders jumped on Stewart and left Hout alone. Somebody blew a coverage there in the secondary.
Holding on Avon Lake. That is going to bring it all back. Shoremen go from the 50-yard line all the way back to,
looks like the 12 or 13-yard line. It's in essence a 32-yard penalty.
Well, not only the penalty and all the loss of yards, but you also lose 12 seconds on the clock. You know, it's still going to be first down, but they're not giving you 12 seconds back. And when you're thinking you only have a little more than 2 minutes, those 12 seconds are, they're still trying to figure out. So the line of scrimmage was the 18. So if it's a holding call and they go halfway distance, it's the 9, but they'll mark it off from wherever the hold occurred. So they'll give the football to the Shoremen at the 10-yard line. It's 1st and 19. Keeping it is the quarterback.
Oh, and he dropped.
And Dawson gets back to the line of scrimmage.
He slipped coming around the corner. Didn't have much room to run anyhow.
Minute 40 and counting. Avon Lake with a long way to go. And not a lot of time to get there. Tenbrink to throw. Wide open, 25-yard line, stepping out of bounds after he caught it. That's a big play for Avon Lake. And the sideline is their friend, Ryan David.
Yeah, that's just a blown coverage there again. David's out here all but nobody within 10 yards of him out here.
It's 3rd and short, 3rd and 3. Clock is stopped. Avon Lake will have Ezra Jones in the backfield. Stewart's facing a double team at the bottom of your screen. They'll throw it to Stewart. Aiden caught it, needs to step out of bounds, and he will. It's the first down. He gets out of bounds at about the 36-yard line.
Great job of making the first man miss by Stewart. Nice little spin around, then able to get out of bounds and stop the clock.
Yeah, because he cut it up. He cut it up inside, into the field of play, and if he doesn't make that first man miss, that's going to cost his team a timeout. Ball's at the 36. Avon Lake needs to score a touchdown. And they've got 78 seconds left in this football game. And it's a motion penalty on the Shoremen. Boy, a holding call on a play that had Avon Lake at the 50, brought them all the way back to the 10. And now when they're starting to get out of it, they get a motion penalty. Back-to-back weeks, Olmsted Falls has played in a high-pressure situation late in the football game. Tenbrink to throw to the freshman. Catching it is Golding, and Chris is out of bounds back to the original line of scrimmage near the 36-yard line.
Nice job of getting out of bounds by the freshman.
Minute 13 left on the play clock. And the clock has stopped on the out of bounds. They need 8, but distance almost doesn't matter at this point. You need to just keep moving the football. 62 yards away. Tenbrink to throw. Here comes the rush. He's in trouble, real trouble, and he's down at the 21-yard line.
There's Saravec.
Mason Saravec, who a year ago decided to play football for the first time, is a Division I football recruit as a junior and made the play of the night defensively for Olmsted Falls.
Tenbrink not able to get outside with that one. Saravec just runs him down. Shoremen use a timeout. That leaves him with 1 with a minute 1 to go here in the game. More importantly, 3rd and 25. 2 downs to convert the first down.
The Mason Saravec story, according to his coach, is just, he came out in late June. His second year ever to play football. He was a very talented basketball and baseball player, and once he got out on the football field, Tom, he discovered that he really liked it. And Olmsted Falls is happy that he made that choice. Here we go. Golding and Stewart split out wide to the left, bottom of your screen. Those are the 2 top receivers. Golding ends up short. They go deep over the middle to Summerfield, and it's over Michael's head. Boy, that was close, though.
Yeah, they had 3 deep routes. I thought they might go a little bit shorter to try and get half of it back, maybe a little bit more to give them a more doable 4th down. Now it's 4th and forever.
55 seconds left. More importantly, 25 yards away from a first down.
25 yards to go.
You heard the voice of Tom Jabot in his 36th year as the public address announcer here at Olmsted Falls. He is in full throat.
Falls is going to take the timeout. They came out and saw the formation. See what they need to do to make some adjustments to that.
We'll take a break. 55 seconds left. 4th and 25 when we come back for Avon Lake.
At Mick Abraham Elyria Ford this month, you choose. Right now, get the Escape, Mach-E, Mustang, or Bronco Sport for only $399 a month with 0 down. Or the Bronco, Explorer, or F-150 for just $499 a month. At Mick Abraham Elyria Ford, we make it that easy.
Tom, you wonder, can they find Aiden Stewart in open space and let him see what he can do with the football? Or will Olmsted Falls clamp down on him enough that that's not even an option?
Well, I got to believe there's going to be 3 guys around.
They've got 8 guys back in coverage right now.
They got 4 guys back at the first down marker, 25 yards away.
And it's an incomplete pass. Ezra Jones was running.
That was
Tenbrink threw it to him, but Jones wasn't looking.
They tried to wheel Jones out of the backfield, and he never turned around and looked for the ball. And I think Tenbrink hit him with it.
Hit him in the back heel. So Olmsted Falls will have it. Avon Lake can stop the clock once. 49 seconds left. The Bulldogs have come all the way back. They were down 21-10 early in the third quarter, following a 50-yard touchdown run by Ezra Jones that put Avon Lake up 21-10. Since that time, Olmsted Falls' defense has stopped Avon Lake's every advance, and their offense has scored twice.
And it doesn't get any easier for the Shoremen after this. They go to North Ridgeville. That went into tonight 5-1. Last we heard they were losing to Berea Mid-Park. Then Avon, who will be 6-1 at the end of the night, and then Berea Mid-Park, who probably going to be 5-2 or 4-3 at the end of tonight. So
that snap will do it. There's 22 seconds left in the game, and there are more than that on the play clock. So,
boy, and the Bulldogs grind one out tonight.
Leading the way at midfield is Logan Conley, number 2. What a night he had. 25-21. Olmsted Falls has stopped their short 2-game losing streak, and in the process, they knocked off Avon Lake, who had won 3 straight to open Southwestern Conference play. We thought it would be a good one, and it ended up exactly that.
Well, we've had 2 great ones 2 weeks in a row. I think Jans and I are the key, Jared. If you schedule us to do the games, we get quality games, because, boy, early in the year we had some real stinkers, but these last 2 have been outstanding.
We'll take a timeout, and we'll come back. We'll wrap up this football game. 25-21 the final. Olmsted Falls over Avon Lake in a thriller. We'll be back from Olmsted Falls High School after this timeout on the Chronicle Telegram YouTube channel.
High school football in Lorain County is all about tradition, pride, and community, and that's what Stewart's Appliance is built on. For generations, Stewart's has been the family-owned appliance store you can count on for quality products and personal service. From refrigerators to washers, ovens to dishwashers, Stewart's has what you need to keep your home running. Proud to support Lorain County and proud to support high school sports. Stewart's Appliance, where community comes first.
We all know for a team to win, it takes dedication, consistency, and teamwork. That's exactly what we do here at Cobos Insurance Center. We put in the work every day so that you can have the best experience possible and coverage that fits you and your needs. By partnering with companies like Ohio Mutual Insurance Group, who are committed to helping you protect your auto, home, farm, or business, we have no doubt that we can be the most valuable player on your team. Give us a call at 440-324-3732 or visit us online at cobosins.com so we can help you with all your insurance needs today.
Hi, Tim Elkhorn, radio voice of the Cavs. For several years, you've heard me talk about Eco-Tree Services on WEOL. Recently, I needed trees removed, so of course, I contacted Eco-Tree. They did an incredible job. The folks at Eco-Tree were timely, efficient, and the work was flawless. Take it from me. When your trees need attention or even require removal, contact Eco-Tree Services. Like me, you'll love their work. Find Eco-Tree Services online at ecotreeservices.com.
At Nick Abraham Elyria Ford this month, you choose. Right now, get the Escape, Mach-E, Mustang, or Bronco Sport for only $399 a month with 0 down, or the Bronco, Explorer, or F-150 for just $499 a month. At Nick Abraham Elyria Ford, we make it that easy.
25-21, the final tonight. The Bulldogs of Olmsted Falls on a 15-0 second half run, down 21-10 early in the third quarter. They're celebrating on the football field behind Gary Pelter, our cameraman right now. Huge win, Tom.
Big homecoming win for them tonight. Big comeback. They just stayed the course tonight. They eliminated some of the mistakes they had in the first half, and they stayed the course, and, boy, they just kind of ground this one out.
Olmsted Falls had lost 2 in a row in the Southwestern Conference. Avon Lake had won 3 in a row. And, you know, this game doesn't need any build-up anyways in any particular year, but it certainly lived up to it tonight. And if you're Olmsted Falls, you got to feel good again, don't you?
Yeah, you get it positive going. They had 2 not-so-good weeks in a row. Just the mistakes last week. You talked to Tom DeLuca before the game tonight, and, you know, they still hadn't shaken this one out last week out of their system, finishing that one up the way they did. But they got it together tonight. They got behind, but they just kept grinding tonight. And this is Bulldog football that we've come to know through the years. They don't ever quit on you. They just keep coming at you, and if you make a mistake, they're going to capitalize on those mistakes.
Tom, every Friday night we give you 3 football games. We give you the Chronicle Telegram YouTube game, the one that you watched tonight. We give you a Stream 2 game. We give you a Medina County game on Stream 3. We're going to encourage you all to jump to Stream 2 right now. We're going to wrap this up right now because on Stream 2, we've got our partners Rocco Nucci and Mike Roche calling the North Ridgeville Berea Mid-Park game, and that one's coming right down to the final moments, just like this one did. So for Tom Evans, for Jared Kozar, for Gary Pelter behind the camera, I'm Ron Yance. Your final tonight from Olmsted Falls, the Bulldogs on homecoming, a winner, 25-21 over the Shoremen of Avon Lake. Tune in tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock. Tom and Jared will bring you the wrap-up show. They'll have guests and coaches from all across the county. It's 2 hours of entertainment. For my partners tonight, I'm Ron Yance, your final 25-21. Thanks for watching.